3, 2, 1.
All right. Yeah.
And we're back.
This is like morning
Here's
coffee
another
type
one.
shit, you know?
Damn
Back
it.
again.
Yeah, back again with another episode. Yep, I think we've just decided not to start counting how many episodes.
Why would you do that? I don't want
Yeah.
to keep track.
Yeah.
Be lame.
Yeah. Was it? But no. Before we started recording, we were just talking about random shit, and I started telling her like a story about how my friends used to make brownies. They were bomb as fuck, by the way. Me, my ex, and her sister ate some, and we were fucked up for like the rest of the night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but we split it into like threes. It lasted from like 3 o'clock to like a good 7 o'clock, and like
PM? Or
yeah,
the next
PM,
day?
PM,
Okay.
PM, yeah. But I mean, it was pretty good. It was pretty fucking good. But no, yeah, she made those brownies, and she said that like they were like a good. I want to say she said that like each brownie was about like a good 8 grams,
Yeah.
like in each one, and she was like, "That's why you got to divide it up," you know. Well, this motherfucker, he was always fucking stoned at school. He actually left school, dropped out like without telling his parents and everything, and what the fuck is it called? Train hop? Yeah, he train hopped.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
I think he said I think he ended up train hopping like all the way to fucking Washington or some shit.
Wow.
And
that's
like
pretty cool.
now, or I think he at one point he owned a boat, lived in the boat, and then I think now he like stays like in a house full of like other people who love smoking and shit. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
He was pretty cool. Pretty funny too. And yeah, one day she brought some to school. He bought some from her, and he fucking ate the whole thing.
Like the whole brownie?
Yeah,
Okay.
like all in one go. Like they were like, "Don't do it." He was like, "I'm gonna fucking do it." And then like before the class period was like ended, like it fucking hit him, and he just like I literally seen this man walk into the classroom, eyes like perfectly fine, walks out. Fucking red, like the red Solo cup. Like
Oh my God.
he fucking like walks out and his eyes are just like red, and
Like
he's just
burning.
like, yeah, like burning type
Oh,
shit. And I was just like, oh my God. I was like, you're not gonna last throughout the day. And he was just like, no, I plan on fucking leaving today. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, Jesus fuck. Yeah, this man was like off his shit when it came to like drugs, man.
Yeah, I don't know if I could ever. I mean, I never went to school high.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never felt like doing that. I never.
Yeah,
Just
I've
never thought it
never
would work
done
well.
it. I've never done it. I went to work high, but that's
Yeah.
about it.
Well, I didn't. I did it once. I attempted to do it once on a report card day, like the last day I went to school, and
Like-
the weed was just really bad.
It just didn't hit right.
I bought like I say a whole gram, but I say that because I smoked all of it out of a pipe. So I have to do bowl after bowl for that, which is like 5 or 6 bowls. And I was just like, I wanted to try to get really high before I go get this report card. And I was so disappointed after it did not work almost at all. And I was not very experienced, so I was just like, I'm gonna get really high if I smoke all of this. I just want to see what happens to me, because it was like 5 bowls, which is that's a lot, especially if you don't smoke often. Or really for anyone. If you're just smoking by yourself, if you're just doing like bowl after bowl, it's kind of a lot.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, but that brownie that I split into 3, like, it felt like, because me and my dad, we used to like, just chill, smoke joint together and all that shit. And he doesn't do it now because I guess he learned, he was like, that's kind of not like a very father thing to do, just smoke a joint with your son. But back then he was just like, it's better that you smoke it with me than you go out and smoke it with some friends and then you fuck up, in life. He was like, so just go ahead and smoke a joint with me. I was like, okay, bet. And so me and him probably, it was probably about like a good like once a week, or not even like once a week, probably like maybe like once or twice a month, and we would just smoke every now and then. And then that's whenever I bought the brownie. I bought that brownie and I split it.
You, like, how old were you?
high school. Like
Okay, like
when I bought the
17 or
brownie,
so.
I want to say it was. I think I was in sophomore.
Okay.
So I think me and my dad started smoking around like whenever I was sophomore. Also, yeah. But no, yeah. I bought the brownie and split it into three. I was perfectly fine. Like I was buzzed definitely because like I remember we were watching some fucking horror show that just came out on Netflix and like everybody was like hyping it up and shit. And I remember I would like look to my right and like I go to fucking talk to like my ex and her sister.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I look back at the TV, the fucking episode's over. I'm like, what?
Oh.
I was like, how did that happen?
Yeah, you were gone. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't buzzed.
So
You were
gone you didn't
gone.
realize.
Yeah, I was gone, but like the
You
thing
just
is, I was
didn't think
like,
about it.
yeah, no, I just didn't
Yeah.
think about it, you know. But then they were like freaking the fuck out because like the girl, like my ex's sister, she like would get high a lot from where she came from, and she was like just sitting on the seat, and she was just like just curled up on the seat, just chilling, and she was like, dude, I'm fucking high as shit. She was like, I can't even fucking walk to the kitchen right now. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, dude, didn't you say like you used to get high all the fucking time? She was like, yeah, but that was like a good like year or two ago. She was like, I haven't smoked since then. I'm like, oh fuck. I was like, you're a baby then.
Oh, fuck.
I'm like, you're back to being a baby then. Oh shit. And she was just like, yeah, bro. And then my ex was over here like just fucking. She was sitting next to me at first, and then she gets on the fucking ground, and then she's like, dude. She was like, if I stand the fuck up, I feel like the floor is just gonna crumble beneath me. I'm like, what? She was like, I seriously feel it. She was like, I feel like if I stand up, the whole earth is just gonna fucking cave in. I'm just like, dude, you're not on fucking shrooms. I'm like, you're just on like on edibles. I'm like, you're fine. I'm like, just stand the fuck up. Like, you're good. And she was over here like trying to stand the fuck up. She kept falling down. She was like, whoa. I was like, bro. I'm like, you're good.
Yeah, sometimes when I first started smoking, I would get kind of a vertigo feeling when I stood up, but not in a bad way. Like I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, reminds me of this one time that I was smoking with a couple of friends, and I had this friend who was I think she had smoked before, but not very much, and she she kept saying that she was like on an elevator, like we were just sitting
What?
on like the ground, like at some park, and she was like, "Guys, like I swear I'm on an elevator right now. Like I'm just going up floors." I thought it was the funniest thing in the world.
Hey, bro, I'll
I
tell
was
you
laughing
what.
so hard.
I'll tell you what. Carla's been over there. Where my dad lives, there's this thing called a greenway. So I would walk down. You got like the small bridge that goes over the creek, and so they have this thing, the greenway, where it follows along the creek, and then it leads into a neighborhood that's like right next to ours. So I remember while they were still doing the construction for that neighborhood, they were like tearing down like all the trees, the land, all that shit. I'm like, dude, like I'm just gonna fucking chill here. I wasn't even high, bro. I didn't take anything. I wasn't doing anything that day. I just go and I just fucking lay down like on the grass. And I'm like laying, and dude, I can fucking like I shit you not. I felt the earth breathing. I shit you fucking not. Cause I remember like a day or two before, one of my fucking super stoner friends from elementary school, he was telling me, dude, I swear to fucking God, he was like, the earth breathes. He was like, cause it's a living thing. He was like, it's a collection
Such a
of living
high thing
things.
to say, to have like some sort of
Yeah,
realization,
Yeah.
like
honestly.
realization in quotes.
Yeah.
Dude, like that's crazy.
No, but how he explained it was like, you got to think like, we ourselves as humans, like we are a collection of living organisms that are working together in order to help us stay alive. So we are just a collection of like, other living things. And like he was like, and then we just develop a consciousness through the brain, you know? He was like, so what if the Earth is the same way? He was like, we're all just small, like, living things, just living, working together to keep this planet just turning, keeping it, going, alive, all this stuff. He was like, right now we're fucking killing it. He was like, but, how it's supposed to go is we're supposed to keep it alive, help out, all that shit. He was like, I think it's like, he was like, with that kind of sense, he was like, the dirt is like carbon, but it's also still like living organisms. It's living things like in the dirt. He was like, so it makes sense that the earth can fucking breathe. He was like the air and the gases like trapped inside the earth, like they just come out through the ground, and so the earth just kind of depresses, and then it re-expands, and then it depresses, but like it's at such a very slow rate you can't even tell.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, and so
I guess the high logic makes sense.
yeah, high logic wise, it makes sense, and I'm just like,
I'm mostly thinking about it.
Yeah, exactly.
see, but no, I mean, like, we're talking about this on the fucking bus, and then I get off the bus, I go home, like all that shit. I'm thinking about it like the next 2 days later, and then I go walking on that trail, and I go lay down. I'm like, dude, like, I'm just feeling like so fucking at
So
peace.
one with nature.
No, like I'm just feeling like so like in peace at the moment, because I was like, my ex, she was busy doing something else. I didn't have to fucking deal with her that day. My dad at work, my siblings at my mom's house. I was like, dude, I have nothing to fucking do. Like, I'm just gonna go lay down in the grass. Like, just not do shit all day, just feel the sun, all that stuff. I go lay down in the grass, and like, I'm like looking at my hand. Yeah, like I'm looking at my arm, and like barely, I can just see my arm just go like just moving, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, no fucking way. I'm like, this bitch is breathing on me. And then like I'm like looking at the sky, and like every so often it'll like look like the clouds are coming closer, and then like they just
If you
go
look at
back
them
further.
long enough.
Yeah, like if you look at them long enough.
Yeah.
But I think me personally, it was just like, if you, cause it happened today at church. I didn't tell her about it. But today at church, I went and I was like just staring at the fucking Jesus. We have like a huge cross with Jesus on it, and like he's just laying there, dead. And I mean, like, no disrespect. I mean, but he's just dead. I mean, like, he's just laying there, like,
You mean laying, but he's on the cross, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, he's hanging there. Just
He's
chilling.
hanging.
I mean,
hanging out.
he's like, I guess this shit happened today.
That's a way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way to put it. I mean, no disrespect, because, I mean, yeah, no disrespect towards, any type of Christian or Catholic believers, because, I mean, that's what my family, originate from. Yeah, they're just all Catholic, my whole family, or my dad's side of the family. But I mean, I just don't really go to church much, so I don't have that built up respect for it. But I don't know. I'm just laying there looking at Jesus, and like I noticed that his chest just kind of looks like he's breathing, and I started thinking, I'm like, that kind of feels like the same shit. Like whenever I was laying down and like looking at them clouds, I'm like, more likely it's probably just an optical illusion that, like, if we start, because fuck, what is it called? Mind over matter. Like the more you think about something coming true, or like the more you think about something happening, it will happen.
Yeah. I think at some point I heard when I would go to church. I think at some point I heard. Well, the way that we have it at my parents' church is they have icons. So I don't know if it's like similar, but it's like a oil painting. And I think at some point I heard that they use some kind of technique to make it look like their chest is moving. And I know this is true. I know for the eyes on most icons, it's some kind of illusion that makes it look like it's following you as you
Yeah,
move.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
that was that's actually been like the eye trick. That has been an illusion for like a lot of things, like a lot of paintings. Because if you notice, like, you see those people who like take the videos and they're like, dude, the fucking painting's like following me with his eyes, and it's just like, dude, it's how it's painted. It's a whole optical illusion. It's made to look like that, you know. And like even in like all those old movies, you know, they're just like, oh my god, there's a ghost in the house. That's where like the superstition saying like, oh, like when a painting's staring at you and it follows you with its eyes, you have a ghost in the house. Like it's the ghost of that person. And you know, it gets debunked because of the fucking technique, you know, like just the whole painting technique. The breathing one, I haven't really heard of. That does interest me a bit though.
Yeah, I think I've heard that before.
Yeah, no, but like just like, and like it happens a lot whenever I look at these like these little sculptures of Jesus on the cross. Like I've seen it plenty of times before. I'll just look at them and like it looks like they're breathing or like it looks like they want to move, but it's because like I'm like you motherfucker, you better move. I'm like if you fucking move, I'm going to like yell and tell everybody. I'm like I'm going to snitch on you. Like like I'm going to fucking snitch on you, Jesus. Yeah, like I'm going to snitch on you, Jesus. Like you're out here like fucking lying to all these people, making them think that you're still dead. You watching us. You watching us. I know you there. No, but I mean like the thing is though is like I just keep watching and I'm just like I just keep feeling like it's gonna move for some reason. Like that's just always been a thing with me. Like every time I like look at a Jesus sculpture or like him on the cross and all that shit, like I feel like he's gonna move. And so with that it makes my eyes I feel like it just makes my eyes like start playing an optical illusion on itself, thinking like, oh, well he's fucking breathing. But then like I like look away and I look again and he's not breathing. You know, like it's just me like focusing so hard on something coming true that like my brain is just like fucking give it to him. I mean like he wants it to happen, like let it happen for him, you know? Like everybody else is going to see it, but you know. And I think that's like what like really happens. And you know, there are a lot of people who believe in that shit where they're just like, oh my god, like, you know, the sculpture move, all that stuff.
Sculpture's alive.
Yeah, and the sculpture's alive. And like, you know, it I feel like it's those type of people who like puts are you okay? I think you are allergic to the cats here. I don't know,
It could
bro.
be Jinx because she's newer, I guess, than Reese's.
Yeah, because I remember whenever it was just Reese, like Carla didn't sneeze a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was fine.
Yeah. She was somewhat fine.
Hello.
Hello.
I was gonna say, since y'all were talking about like seeing like the eyes move, like breathing, whatever. I know
The
over
mic.
there in Mexico. Hello.
Yes.
Over there in Mexico. There or like over there like Hispanic areas. There's been a lot of sightings, I guess you could say, about the Virgin Mary. Over there, Virgin Mary, you know.
Oh yeah,
That
like
a
where the yeah.
teardrop
Uh-huh.
would like
Oh
you know
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
that I've never heard it like over here, but I know over there in Mexico there's been a lot of sightings that they say that, you know, the
Yeah.
Virgin Mary is crying. I don't know, I just wanted to
I mean,
bring
there's
that one
been
up.
weird stuff that's happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
My uncle used to tell us this story about how this guy. I guess there was like no service going on or something because I don't think there was anyone in the church. But he walked into like, I'm assuming it was an Orthodox church because there were icons, and he, I guess he was at like a period in his life where he like blamed something, whatever was going on with his life, on some sort of on religion, the religious aspect of like Jesus and God and everything, and he was blaming it on
Them.
that. Yeah, and he shot I think it was the Virgin Mary icon like twice, and then like blood started coming out of it.
The
And he like
fuck?
freaked out. Yeah.
No
Wow.
fucking
Yeah.
way.
He like yes. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wait, who said this?
My uncle.
Oh, he said that he literally fucking shot it.
No, he didn't do this.
Oh, he said somebody
This
told
is
him.
a story.
Oh,
that,
it's a
that
story.
someone else told him, like another, probably the priest of that church
Okay, okay.
or something. But yeah,
Damn.
I always thought the story was pretty interesting.
Damn, that does sound pretty interesting.
Yeah.
You know, no, I mean like you also gotta think though there's a fucking statue in I can't remember where it's at, but it's like a Buddhism statue, and it has a monk, and it's like just a statue of this monk, and he's just like sitting there, like like legs crossed, all that shit, just sitting there. And then they did the X-ray scans, and then the monk is actually fucking inside.
Oh.
Have you seen that?
No.
You haven't seen that? There's like a statue
Monk.
where
Did
the
they
monk.
They built it around his remains.
No, like they basically just fucking like encased him with metal. Like
Oh.
he is
Like
now
in Star
inside.
Wars.
Yeah, basically.
Well, that's cryo something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But no, like he was literally like in the fucking statue, and they
What's
were
a
like,
monk?
a monk. So monks, there's different variants of monks. You have the Franks, which is like more of like the Catholic religious type thing. They
Are
walk.
they called Frank?
Yeah, they're called Franks.
That sounds kind of sad. Like sad as in like you know Frank is just kind of like a boring name.
Yeah,
Like,
ass.
Yeah. Like Frank and Bob.
Yeah,
Like,
Frank
it's
and
just
Bob.
a Frank.
Yeah.
Just a
Rob.
generic Frank.
Fucking Frank from work. Have you met Frank? The AP dude?
Oh, Frank.
No, he's a fucking dick. He takes pictures of everybody on the security camera. Like, like me, like like literally, my fucking knees were hurting one day at work, and I was just like, I'm gonna sit on the fucking stools because I'm tired, bro. Like, and nobody's fucking using the stools. I'm like, I'm just gonna chill for a second. I literally sit down. Not even a fucking minute later, fucking Robert comes walking up because Jenny and Alejandro were talking to me and shit, like while I was sitting down, and they were just fucking standing there. We had no customers. Everything was fine. Everything was zoned. All that shit. And then fucking Robert comes running up, and he's just like, "What's this?" And I was just like, "What the fuck you talking about?" And like I look at the phone, and it's a picture of like all fucking three of us just standing there, like we're like, and it hasn't even been a fucking
Caught in
minute.
4K.
Yeah, and like fucking Frank sent it to him. He just like sent them like a fucking picture of us, like all three of us, just there. And he did the same thing with Sam. He took a picture of Sam like from the fucking security
Yeah.
cameras.
Not the minor.
Yeah, like while he was like walking out of automotive to like leave for the day,
Yeah.
And they pulled him in there, and they're like, "What are you doing? Why are you in this part of the building when it's all closed down?" They're like, What do you need from over here? What are you doing?" And he was like, "I was just leaving to go home." And they were like about to fucking coach him and everything. He said they had like the fucking software pulled up on the computer and all that. And he said that once they told him that, he was just like, they were like, "Oh, okay, well, you can go then." And it was just like, why the fuck why are you acting this way?
Yeah.
Like, why do you feel the need to take pictures of it? Like, if it's happening on the security camera, like, mention it either over the walkie or mention it, like, to the manager themselves. Have them come in, review the footage, bring in the employee, like, don't send it to the fucking manager, because then you're going to get people like Robert who fucking run up and try and make a whole fucking scene about it, being like, why the fuck is he sending me pictures of you guys like this in my fucking departments? We're not supposed to be sending that message out to the customers. There's no fucking customers.
Yeah.
Like, there was nobody there. I swear to God.
Some people just have power and they like to use it because sometimes they're bored. That's how Zach was.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, but the
When
thing
did
is,
we
I was
start
like,
talking about this.
huh?
Right.
Oh, because we were talking about Frank's, and his name is
that's
Frank.
right.
Yeah. Oh, but anyways, yeah, Franks are more of like a Christian type of monk. They keep all of their hair, do a bob cut, and then shave like just like the top, like a circle on the top of their head. And was it you have Franks, and then you have Buddhist monks, which are there are different variants. There's different variants of a variant of a monk, and for them, there are scholars. What?
I said your phrase. The freaking.
Oh, the pictures. Oh, the fucking
Oh.
hot dogs.
Yeah, I forgot those were
Yeah. No, but no, I mean like there's scholars and then there's the ones who know martial arts.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, I can't remember what they're called. And then there's another one. They're not scholars, but they like just know like the history of it. They're just monks just to be like they're just there, I think.
They're just there.
I guess so. Like they're just monks that don't really like, know the scholars and all that shit, like know like the knowledge behind it, but they also don't do the martial arts type shit, you know?
So you mean just like a life of solitude?
Yeah, yeah. I mean like they just live there, you know? But yeah, I mean like there's different variants of monks. Most people think whenever they think of monk, they think of like the bald like old Asian man who's just like, "Oh, hello. Welcome to my temple." But I mean like
I've been to a monastery, I think, once.
I've always wanted to go to like an
I don't
authentic
remember what it was
temple.
like. I think I was small. I don't even remember if I went. I just feel like at one point I did.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a very short period of time where I was like, I would want to be a monk.
Mhm. No, I like always wanted to be like like a like an Asian monk, you know?
Yeah, I'd also like to be an Asian monk when I grow up.
No, I mean like
Big problem
I
with
I
that.
did they did get to a point to where I was still dating my ex, but it was like towards the end she was unhappy and shit. Or no. I think I was dating you at this point. Huh? What'd you say? No, I can't fucking remember. Either I was dating my ex or I had just started dating Carla.
Oh
Like,
wow, you can't even remember.
shut up. I just remember that it was late at night. I was fucking watching YouTube videos and this dude was talking about like, living life as a martial arts monk because that's what he was. He didn't do the scholar.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I was like, that'd be fucking lit. Like, just, like, leave and become a monk and all that. But he said, if you don't know Mandarin and if you don't know, like, any type of communication, don't do it. He was like, because that's all they're gonna fucking speak is Mandarin. He was like, that's all, they know. They don't fucking travel because they're monks, Like, they don't fucking travel outside of that area.
Except to see other monasteries, but
Yeah.
that's mostly it.
Yeah, I mean, but he was like, don't go and try to learn either the martial arts or the scholars, in the authentic area unless you know Mandarin. He was like, don't do it. He was like, if anything, try and learn Mandarin first. He was like, but that's going to take a while.
Yeah. Mandarin's was supposed to be one of the hardest to learn.
Yeah, it's really fucking hard. Like, I looked into it. I looked into that shit, too. I was, like, ready to fucking go. I was like, dude, like, let me learn some Mandarin. Like, let me get the fuck out
Have
of
you
here.
ever tried learning a new language?
Yeah, Spanish.
In, like, high school or
hate you.
something?
Yeah, Spanish.
Did you actually, like, try, though?
Yeah, I did. And I fucking failed.
Oh, like, failed the class?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I am Hispanic, and I failed Spanish class.
Ouch, that must hurt.
Yeah, and everybody was like, how the fuck do you do that? I'm like, dude, first language, English. Like, I never learned anything else.
I
was
tried
like-
to learn Icelandic when I was going to Iceland.
Really?
Yeah, I tried to. I didn't get very far.
Would you use Duolingo?
No, it's going to sound pretty old, but I have a software that I have to put into my computer to do it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
play it through Windows Media Player.
Oh.
It sounds old as fuck.
No, I mean, like, that sounds
And
more
then
professional than...
And then I jot it down in my notebook.
Yeah. Sounds
Yeah,
more professional
I wanted
than...
to do it for a while just because I wanted to get a better idea of, like, the culture there.
Yeah.
I do want to learn a different language, though. I don't know if I want it to be that one.
Mhm.
Because I tried, and it was really complex. I think there was 32 letters in the alphabet. Yeah, there was a lot of different...
I want to say at most I want to learn 3 different languages, which is like English, I'm really interested in like like just the Japanese culture.
Yeah.
Like I just want to learn like that.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, it is a
Yeah.
hard one.
That would
My
be really
aunt,
cool to learn though.
you know my aunt, right? The
I
one
don't
who
think
ended up,
so.
huh?
I don't think so.
The one who followed our Instagram, the Pixel Yosai or something. Yeah,
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
she actually went to it was part of her high school. Yeah, it was part of her high school, and she went to Central Magnet School,
Okay. Your aunt
and
did?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, she I think she learned how to play the clarinet or some shit.
Must be smart.
Yeah, yeah, she was very smart. I don't know where it went, but no, she learned Japanese and everything. Like I don't think she knows it now, but she learned like how to speak it then.
Wow.
Yeah, and like it took her like a good 2 years. I want to say, good 2 years of that class.
Yeah.
But
There's a guy there's a podcast I listen to. His name's Lex Friedman. He's one of my favorites, and he's Russian originally. So his first language is Russian. And at one point he was talking about how, well, first the Russian language sounds really interesting because apparently they use a lot of curse words in their language, and they also they use a lot more feeling. Is it funny that I'm just
yeah,
holding
like
some
you're
peaches?
just sitting there like talking, and you just open up like diced peaches, and you're just like,
I'm kind of hungry.
yeah. You're like this Russian man. His language mostly involves cursing. Just eating peaches.
But he said they put a lot more feeling into like the way they speak than English.
Yeah.
And I
yeah.
find that very fascinating.
Mm.
And I also want to learn. I feel like you can't really have a good understanding of a culture until you like learn their language and all the intricacies
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah. I mean, like I've always
Except for
wanted.
English. I don't know if there's
Yeah.
any intricacies there.
Huh?
I don't know if there's any intricacies in like English that like will like help you understand our culture. I mean, somewhat, but most of it's like kind of dumb stuff that like mistakes.
Yeah.
That we've done.
Yeah. I mean, I have always wanted to like learn a bit more into like the British culture a bit because they're very interesting.
Well, they speak English. But
yeah, it's like
they're
a
just talking
different
about
type
their
of
culture.
English. Yeah, like culture-wise, because like they speak English, but it's a different type of English. You know, like they have different meanings. Yeah, it's Old English, like the original English. I have always wanted to like learn a little bit more about that. You know, try and see like like where we fucking originated from. Because like everybody's always just like, oh, like I fucking hate British people and all that shit. Fucking America like will never be like that. Like I just know some Southerners who are like that. You hate British people? Yeah, fuck yeah.
Boy, bro.
But no, like I know some like Southerners who live here, and they talk that way. They're just like, yeah, I can never fucking live there. Like their teeth are ugly, all that shit. Just making fun of them for no fucking reason.
They low key though, they teeth do be kind of bad.
They need a dentist, bro. They need a dentist, bro.
I think I've heard this like.
Guess what?
What?
Once.
What?
I graduated yesterday.
Wow,
Oh yeah.
congratulations. From where?
So now I'm an RDA.
Where'd you graduate
Nice.
from?
Oh,
Shout out your
this
school.
institution in Murfreesboro.
Oh, sick, dude.
Yeah, it's
What'd you get?
dude.
Your
right down the road
bachelor's?
around here, huh?
Did you get your associates or bachelor's, or was it just a course?
It was just a certificate. I'm gonna get my license in a few weeks. Yeah.
Think about this.
So
Think
I'm
about
gonna
this.
see you at the dentist.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we all get free dental care from Carla.
Sweet. Heck yeah.
Yeah, right?
Free what?
Yeah, we all get free dental care, right?
Anyways.
With Carla.
Oh yeah.
Because she's going to be a dental assistant. She can, like, clean our teeth and everything. Well,
Dental residence.
I think
The
for
dental
us, like, whenever we move out, I'll have to, like, give her, like, a room just for, like, dental shit, You know, she'll be like she'll have like a job as a dental assistant, but when she comes home, like if anybody needs their teeth cleaned, she'll be like, "All right, I got my office."
Bruh. I can't do that.
You can't do that?
If I would have to be like a dentist, because
Nah, you can't do it.
doing extra stuff on people, that's basically illegal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What? I mean, but you're still like
Because you're
helping.
basically not licensed to inject people. That's what.
No, but you're doing a
Yeah.
cleaning.
No,
A cleaning you don't need to
hygiene.
inject.
Okay, so a lot of people get that confused. So assistants are basically the people who take X-rays, who take impressions, who do your temporary crowns. They do your molds. What's another thing? Put out another thing.
So they don't do the cleaning.
No, that's the hygienist. They get paid more, and that's when you have to go for the 4 years.
Wow.
So that's the difference.
Wow.
So I paid $5,000 for my course.
Mm-hmm.
To be a hygienist, basically, is what you clean teeth.
Wow.
$80,000.
Damn.
Yeah.
A minute?
Huh?
A minute?
No. To go to school is $80,000 for it. Yeah. So yeah, I was like, I'm gonna do the $5,000 first. Then, like in a few years, go and get my associates, and then get my bachelor for that.
No, I got one. I went to the store. Yeah, he was a nice guy. He was the Arabic guy, dude with like glasses. Yeah, super nice. I didn't. He was like on the phone when I got there, and then I opened the door, and then he like walked in behind me. He was like, "What can I get you?" He was just so friendly. Yeah, he's so friendly.
Yeah.
We all just rocking.
Escobars.
Damn, bro.
Not a sponsor. Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
podcast is actually where I got those mints, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's the one where he was. It was like one of his sponsors, and I was like, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, you said you got it from a podcast. You never specified which one.
Because most sponsors and stuff, they'll be like, I like this product, and like tell you where you can get it, and you can use a code that they gave me. For,
Yeah.
Yeah, money off. So I was like, okay, so I get a discount.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Who would you guess?
Me.
If we got a sponsor, who would it be?
Fucking.
Walmart.
Fuck no.
Fuck no.
Never.
Yeah.
Considering that
Low
I'm gonna
key.
start streaming soon, we could probably get sponsors for the podcast from that because I can
Yeah. Label out.
share the podcast.
Yeah.
On my
Oh, so
streams
you're
and
talking about
shit.
someone that watches your stream that's like some sort of business?
Well, if I get a sponsor for my streams and stuff like that,
Yeah.
I would connect myself to the
It's
podcast.
Oh. Networking, Jason.
Yeah, networking.
Networking.
Yeah, I don't get that shit. That's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, I would always share out the podcast on my streams. Anytime I have episodes coming out.
Damn, bro.
By the way, guys, go check out the Wapcast. YouTube, Spotify. Great podcast. I'm on
Is
it.
that
Is it? Is it working?
Oh yeah, you just have to get closer to it. I was like, I don't see any
Let's see,
signals.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's on.
Yours cut out on like the headphones a minute ago. For like a second.
Kinda sus.
Yeah.
Kinda sus.
Yeah.
So
You.
Among Us?
Was it fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh, if I could take a guess as to like anybody who would probably sponsor us, I feel like it'd be like the I was gonna say Manscaped, but I'm not too sure.
They do sponsor like everyone.
Yeah, they they sponsor everybody.
At this point, probably Escobars.
Dude, we should like try.
Escobars is gonna sponsor us.
We should try
have
like
a load of them in every podcast.
yeah. We should try like fucking David Dobricking this shit and just like
apparently
Seat
he's
Geek.
stuck in another country.
Oh, David Dobrik? I didn't hear about that.
Or maybe he got back. I just saw this yesterday. I was like, oh, it was like some YouTube video.
Damn.
I was like, oh, David Dobrik is like stuck in like his home country. It's like, I think it's Slovakia. Okay.
Yeah,
And he's like
Czech.
stuck there.
Czechoslovakia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have
Apparently.
Jinx on the mic. She's not saying anything though.
Yeah.
That was me.
No,
Y'all hear the ringing, or is it just me?
I mean
don't
like
hear anything.
like that's like I hear
I just hear
ringing,
Frankie's
but
voice.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Was it? No, I mean that's kind of crazy because
Manscaped is a good one. That's a good one.
yeah, Manscaped is a good one. No, but like with David Dobrik though, like that's news to me. I didn't hear about that.
I mean, I think as the thing I heard is that he like went back to his home. He has like a green card here, but there was something wrong with like paperwork
And so they
for his green card, so they couldn't like verify that he had one.
what?
So they were like, "Yeah, you can't come back." But I remember they were saying like, or the dude, whoever was talking, I don't know who he is. He was just talking about it. He was just like, "Well, David Dobrik's pretty famous, so he'll probably be back pretty soon, like in the next week." And I was like, "Yeah, that's probably right. Like he's got to be a millionaire, right?"
Yeah.
Definitely. He has
Well,
to
actually, I watched a video and this dude was talking
be.
about
Video,
how
he probably titled, "I'm broke now."
no. This guy was talking about how David Dobrik isn't actually as rich as like a lot of people think he is
Yeah.
because of the fact that the place that he lives at, he bought it, like just outright bought it. So like he owns all that shit. So all he has to pay is like utilities and shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then the cars that he buys for people are sponsorship money. So the money that he
Okay.
uses to buy those cars for like those people in those like surprise videos, it's
So
all
dumb.
sponsorship money. And that's the thing is like a lot of YouTubers, that's what they do. Is like they use sponsorship money, like
Yeah,
Mr. Beast and
yeah.
all that shit. Like he's not actually rich. He uses sponsorship money to buy that shit. And then he's like, this video is sponsored by so and so, and then but keep in mind, like they never specify on like how much money they get from it.
Yeah, but it's
Like
obviously a lot if it's David Dobrik or Mr. Beast because
yeah,
they have their names are so big. So
Mhm.
if you're getting sponsored by them, then
Yeah.
you're getting in a lot of business.
I mean, but you also got to think like it starts off as like a small amount, and they're like, okay, we can fucking work with this, right?
yeah,
And then with that small amount, they just keep going higher and higher because they're like, listen, you give us this small amount, and we use that money to make this video, and we got really high views. If you keep giving us more money, we're going to get more views, and then that means more advertisement for you.
Mhm.
And they're like, oh, sweet, fuck yeah. So more and more money.
Mhm.
And then that's where you just get like the fucking
The Paul
Cra-
brothers.
yeah, that's where you get people like that. Like you get fucking David Dobrik, the what is it, the Paul brothers?
Yeah, the Paul brothers.
Yeah, the Paul brothers. You get fucking
All the old Viners, pretty much.
yeah, basically. Actually, you ever you remember Danny Gonzalez, right?
Yeah, he's a YouTuber now.
Yeah, I mean like the thing is, I was like I remember he got really popular at one point, but then like he kind of like his popularity levels just keep fluctuating. Wait, sorry. But I remember on Vine, he was super fucking popular.
Yeah.
And then, like, once Vine ended, he actually made a video about it, and he was talking, and he said that once Vine ended, he got scared shitless. He was like, what the fuck am I going to do? He's like, I guess I'm just going
to job now.
Yeah, he was like, I
God.
guess I just got to live my normal life. But then he was just like, wait, like, I know how to make fucking videos. He was
Yeah,
like, I'll
and
just...
I already have a follower space.
Yeah, he was like, I'm just going to start making YouTube. And apparently, people didn't know that he made a YouTube at first. So like it slowly started becoming apparent that like all of his old like fan base was like figuring this out because they were like, "Oh fuck, like who like
Danny's still there.
yeah,
Oh,
like
I
they're
thought he
like
was
what the
gone.
fuck? Like he's still here? Like he's still making videos and shit?" Because like it was like all new people at first and he was like, "Fuck, like my fan base doesn't know," you know? He was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck." And so, like, slowly, like, they started coming in. They're like, yo, Danny, I haven't seen you in years, bro. Like, bro, like, your fucking videos are amazing, man. And, all that shit. And I was just like, damn, like, that's fucking cool, Like,
What, have a fan base that like follows you around.
yeah. Like, I feel like that'd
Could
be
be
pretty
cool.
fucking cool,
But it also could be very,
Very-
scary at times.
Yeah.
There's
Because
crazy fans out there.
you get those people, like,
Did you see the video of that guy who like quit his job and like went up to like Logan Paul, and he was like, dude, he was like, look, man, I just quit my job and like I like really want to join like you guys' team, like I can like video stuff, like I can do whatever, and he was just like, no, like why would you quit your job for this? Like that was stupid.
yeah.
But it was just funny that he actually thought that like he just like
Yeah.
quit his job after like several years, and he was like, I'm gonna make money with Logan Paul, even though I've never met the guy.
Yeah. No, I
It's kinda
mean,
sad.
it's it's really kind of crazy because like you see all these people like they're just normal people, you know, making these YouTube videos. They're people just like me and you know. The only difference is that they have money now because they make those videos. But it's crazy when you think because you're like, it's not just him doing it. You know, he's obviously got a team that like helps him make the videos, you know, edits the software. Like we have, not, I wouldn't say we have a team, but like we have people who help us out, you know, make these videos and all that shit. And right now it's just for fun, you know, but I mean, like if we do start getting money off of it, like we do have to split it, like, you know, share with the people who help out. But the thing is, though, is like with them, like it started off that way too. Like it was just fun. It was just something that, you know, that didn't come with a price. And then as things progressed on, you get like, you know, these people who started off as just like, you know, a normal guy who just knew how to use editing software. And then he now becomes Logan Paul's personal editor and shit. And you're just like, oh fuck, like he's got like, he's like, you know, so and so's editor, like he probably is like really good at his fucking job, and more likely he's not like
doesn't really do much.
Yeah, he doesn't really do much.
Yeah.
You know, he just does the average editor shit, you know? And you're just like, damn. Like nothing really
it's more
special
just
about him.
Having those connections.
Yeah.
I'm sure he didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
In most of the situations, I don't think you really get the job from
Mm-hmm.
being like super good at it. Because one, you don't really need to be. Like they're still gonna watch it anyway. You're still gonna make money off it.
Mm-hmm.
And two, it's not really about the skill. It's about like the person's like personality. Like, oh, are they really fun to be around? Because if so, I could really hang with this person while you know we're like editing our stuff out.
Oh fuck.
Oh yeah, she was doing
she
that
did this
earlier.
like 2 times earlier.
No, she's fine. She got
Yeah.
up. She got all the way up there.
Yeah, she went all the way to the
Twice.
top, and then she like climbed down and then dropped down onto the couch, and she was fine.
Yeah, the second time she kind of fell on the couch, but you know, she's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as like editing and stuff too, you've got to think about the fact that like people are talking about, oh, they must be really good at it. But some of the videos you watch, the editing, there's not that much in that process. Especially if you're an editor and you know how like editing goes. Like I've been editing for 4 years now, and watching some of those videos, that editing process is not gonna take long.
Yeah.
At all.
Especially if it's like vloggers and shit, because like all they do is just record all day. Yeah.
Different cuts, you just match it together with the audio. It doesn't. Not that hard.
Yeah, that's what I did. I mean, the hardest part was I had to keep changing the audio. Well, I had to sync it up. I had to get it like perfect because I didn't realize how obvious it was if it's not synced up, and it's very obvious.
Yeah.
So I had to keep editing the cutscenes for the video so they were like good enough.
Yeah.
Well, now you don't have to do it because I can edit the video to the audio. I don't mind doing it. And
do you have a laptop?
You already know that I'll have to use yours.
Got 'em.
My laptop does not work.
Oh.
Hardly at all till I get a new one. But I also have to save up money for an apartment, so
yeah,
it's kind of like, can I
either
really
or
afford to even get a laptop to do that right now?
Yeah, you might have to wait for Black Friday season for that one.
Yeah. Pretty much.
You know, a lot of the Walmarts aren't doing layaway, right?
This year?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're not doing layaway.
Someone told me that we're not even going to be open in like Thanksgiving time. Someone told me we're
Really?
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
They did
I don't think we would.
They did that last year, only
Yeah.
because of like they might, but COVID's mostly
over.
It's somewhat. It's very
Somewhat,
uneasy at the moment. It has been for like the last month.
It's more.
But
It's
yeah,
more
they
of like.
did it last year. I guess it's like. I think to them it was like a thank you to like associates that you can have like Thanksgiving off this year.
Yeah.
We had it off, right? I think we had Thanksgiving off.
Yeah, I had Thanksgiving
Yeah,
off.
because we did it on actual Black Friday, like all the sales. Actually, we did some on Wednesday, I remember. Like video games and stuff, but then we did most of it on that Friday. Yeah. It's possible. You know, I don't know if they do it again, considering, you know, none of the COVID benefits are coming through anymore for Walmart, so I don't know about that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool though.
I don't know.
I don't know. Someone mentioned it to me today that they like found that out, and they're new too, so they don't know anything about it happening
Yeah.
last year. So I have no idea if it's
Yeah.
actually gonna
Yeah, it's
happen.
one of the things that has always been like one of the first things you hear when you work at Walmart is from like other associates. Like, it's kind of funny because sometimes people will come up to me and go like, "Oh, I can't wait to celebrate Thanksgiving with my family," and I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah, good luck
brother,
with that, pal.
yeah, we always have to work Thanksgiving."
Mhm.
So, yeah, so many people have their minds blown by that. They're like, "You gotta work Thanksgiving? No
Yeah.
way."
Yeah.
I mean, you put on your availability whether you can work holidays or not. So
Yeah, well, even it's say holidays, really? Oh, I
Yep.
don't remember that part.
I
I
remember.
don't remember that part.
Yeah,
I remember it's not on your
'cause
availability. It's like when you're
yeah,
doing the application
'cause-
to get
'cause-
hired for your
I
availability.
think I put
Is
yes.
when you do it.
I probably put yes, but I know that
put yes.
I know that they work around your schedule too. If you like I think it was one of the years that we celebrated Thanksgiving. I had Thursdays off, but I still worked. And they just they swapped a day around, which is what they normally do for holiday days. They'll just give you a different day off. But yeah, I guess I checked that. I mean, I don't know why I wouldn't have checked like the holiday
I
box.
mean, for me, if I have like things that I absolutely have to do, like Christmas, I'm absolutely gonna have to have Christmas off. Which
Yeah,
I
well,
didn't have to
we
worry
all
about
get it.
last year because I was already off. I just had to work Christmas Eve, but
We all get
I'll
Christmas
just
off.
take it off anyway.
It's same with Christmas Eve. Everybody has to work Christmas Eve for the most part, but then everybody gets Christmas off, which is different from Thanksgiving. But
Last year there were some people that worked Christmas.
well, yes, but almost all of them are volunteers. I don't think they're supposed. They can schedule you at night shift, like night shift. I know night shift has Christmas Eve off technically through Christmas, and then they work like Christmas night through. But
Are you
the
talking
only
about
people that
third
work
shift?
third shift, yeah, because they start their shift at like 10 o'clock. But I know on Christmas Day for normal day shifters that they're not supposed to schedule you. But I know that people like volunteer to like come in and like do stuff if they don't have plans. I know Mike did that one time. The
Yeah.
first year I was there, he just came in at
I
like
have
3
stuff
in the
to do.
morning.
I'm
Yeah,
not doing
and
that.
just started like cleaning up around the store.
I have like
'Cause there's
3
no one
different
there, 'cause
Christmases
the
I'm
store's
gonna have
closed,
to
too.
attend.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Love
I
having
don't know.
divorced parents.
My family's like a really big into like holidays and everything. Like,
Oh,
yeah, I know.
gross.
Oh my god. No, but they're like really big into holidays in the sense of like, if you're not there, it's just not gonna be the same. You know, it doesn't matter who you are, like in the family. You can be the most fucking annoying one in the family, and like they're like, if you're not there, it's not the same. You know.
Yeah.
And so that's why I like feel like really bad half the time, you know, like whenever I like think about like, oh shit, like I'm probably gonna have to work like on this holiday or that holiday, you know. Luckily I got Christmas Eve off last year.
That's pretty rare.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got Christmas Eve
gotta
off
ask
last
for-
year.
You either have to ask for it really early, or you have to wait until someone is on the computer approving or denying those dates that is not thinking about what days you're asking off.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they'll just give it to you because they, weren't looking at it.
Yeah. You know, team lead, like all team leads can approve days off.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that all could. I just know that mine can. But
Yeah. I
yeah,
know
that's
I
pretty nice.
think
Yeah, no, all
David
can
can
now
approve
because
mine.
of the stuff going on with our current person who's supposed to be doing the scheduling.
Because she's not doing it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Basically,
now, for upfront, I know that
Cody called out today. Son of a bitch. Yeah,
Damn.
continue.
anyway, for upfront, our coach has to approve holidays, but other than that, any other day, our normal team leads can do it. But as far as upfront, I know they've made it to where they don't want to do holidays, they're leaving that up to our coach. So I
Okay.
have to ask her for holidays.
Yeah.
Probably gonna just
Good luck
go
with
ahead
that.
and put off for.
Yeah. Wait, who's your coach? Or you don't have to say her name, I guess. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's nice.
Yeah, she's like one of the better managers.
She's cool.
There was a point where she like made me mad because like she would get on to me over like shit that like was out of my hands, you know.
I normally give that a pass unless it's constant. If there's a manager that's doing that to me all the time, then I just assume like, oh, that's just who they are.
Yeah. There's
But
like one
but
particular
if I can tell,
one.
like someone's like really stressed or something, then I'm not gonna like fight back.
There's always that one particular manager that we all know.
Yeah,
that
who just
fucking-
loves making people feel terrible
Yeah.
about themselves
Yeah.
for the purpose of his own enjoyment.
Yeah. You know, Froylan actually is like, dude, I don't know what it is. Like, Froylan doesn't like him, but, like, they're fucking best friends. You know? Like, it's weird. Redneck.
Come on now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? It's
The, fucking Bobby Hill or Hank Hill licking.
Hank Hill.
Yeah, Hank Hill licking ass.
I already know who you're talking
Yeah.
about from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just automatic.
I mean, if he's like cool with you, I guess,
Yeah.
then he can be all right.
You know what he fucking told Froylan? He was like, if I don't like you, I don't like you. He was like, that's the end of the story. He was like, I don't
He does
care.
not give people chances.
Yeah, he was like, I don't care like what's going on in your personal life. He was like, this is work. Like, I don't care like what's going on. But he said that whenever, like, Froylan
Except for
told me.
certain people.
Yeah, he said Froylan told me that he said, but Froylan said that whenever he was like going through that like whole teenager phase, like with the brake packs and shit, like, no mom, I don't want to do it, like all that shit. He said that he fucking came up to him and he was like, listen, I don't do this with anybody. He was like, but I like you. He was like, is there something going on? Like, you know, let's come to a resolve. Like, is there something like, you know, happening personally? All that stuff. And it's like, you know what, like, really fucks me up with that is like, you say that you don't do it to everybody, right? Why not? Because if you did, you'd get to the root of all the fucking problems, and then you wouldn't be stressed out all the time.
Work.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work, but I mean, what the fuck you get? Like, you get fucking paid more than all of us to do that extra work. You know, like you're a manager, you're a coach for a reason. You're there to be the leader of like your whole department, and then you have team leads who are the leader of the teams. You know, so at the day,
It's a bad role model.
yeah, I mean, it's just bad role models. You know, I mean, Chaha was better than that. Like,
Yeah.
Chaha actually, you know.
I mean, if there's like, I guess I'll say this about him because I've thought this before. Not about Chaha, about the other guy, but like,
yeah,
if you're a manager and you like clearly like don't really like your job that much, like most of the time it shows. And if anyone else is, you know, looking to become whatever position you are, then why would they want to do that when they see like how miserable you are?
yeah. I mean, like, it doesn't push anyone to do any better because no one wants to move up because no one wants to be like you.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and here's the thing is, like, you also make it clear that no matter how hard you work and how, like, you know, good you do at your
you won't get
position.
credit.
Yeah, you're never going to get credit. You're never going to go up in any type of way. And that's what Freud was trying to tell me. He was like, you just got to tell them, like, what you want. Like, you want to move up and get a new position and be that type of person. I'm like, even so, I was like, all I fucking did one day was just ask him. I was like, why am I pointed this amount? You know, why do I have this?
Oh yeah.
I was like, why do I have this many points? I'm just curious. I just want to know. And he was like, I don't know, all that stuff, blah blah blah. And then I go to walk away. I was like, okay, I mean, that's fine. You know, thank you. He was like, we can look over it later. All that stuff. He was calm at first, and he just fucking hit me with the, well, you know, you did call out that one day, and then you just come to walk in the store. He was like, what was up with that? I was like, I had to change my brakes because my brakes were out and my rotors were destroyed. I was like, so yeah, that's what that was about. He was like, and you couldn't call me? I was like, are we best friends?
Yeah, I was like, what makes you think the way you've treated me that I can call you about that type of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, like, with how you act on the day, like no one wants to fucking talk to you, like, with how you act. Like, if anything, I would have called Mike or Cody, but the thing is, I didn't even have their numbers at the time. You know, I just got Mike's number, but that's because I did his fucking floor.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I wasn't even part of his team to get his fucking number anymore. You know, and it's just like, who the fuck is gonna call? Who the fuck's gonna like seek out to get your number? You know, if you are going to constantly show that you don't like your job, you don't like dealing with, you know, like you don't like your job, you don't like dealing with the people that, you know, you have to, you know, lead over, you know, like you don't enjoy any part of your day. And you make it apparent that like it shows. You know, like you want to show that out. Like you want to express that you don't like working with these people because they're not you, you know, like they don't have your work ethic, even though what do you do all day? Like you just pull pallets and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you tell somebody else to go run it. I mean, that's all you do all day.
Yeah, it's ordering people to do.
Yeah.
But some people can have soul when
Yeah.
they do the job. Some people just lost it along the way. And it's sad to see.
I heard the last store manager had a lot of soul, and like
Yeah, he was a good guy.
yeah,
Yeah, he was a good guy. He was a very forgiving guy, I think.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
what Freeland was telling me.
Yeah, I went in there one time when I really needed an LOA, and he was super nice about it. And he was just like, "Yeah, man, like take all the time you need." I don't think I got paid. Well, it doesn't matter if I got paid for it, but he gave me the time off. Like, and I think it was like a couple days in advance. And he was like, "Yeah, just text someone, and then we'll figure it out." And he was totally understanding about it and all.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, and that's
I actually
the thing,
cried
though.
in front of him, and it was kind of embarrassing.
I mean, look, here's the thing about crying is like I've cried in front of people too. You know, I mean,
That's my store manager.
I mean, it.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
yeah.
at the same
CW.
time, sometimes it just happens. You can't help it.
Yeah, I mean, I tried not to, but I just couldn't help it.
No, yeah, we're all human, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. But
I was just like, I'm sorry. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm crying.
As far as like the other
Yeah, no,
manager
that's fine.
though, the statement that you made earlier about what he said with Rory about how he doesn't do that with everybody and all that shit. If you're gonna sit there and be stressed out about your job, but then turn around and be an asshole to everyone that works under you, and like you're gonna play favorites, which is something you should not do at work in the first place. You should not play favorites and be like, oh well, I care about like what's going on with you, but not anybody else.
Yeah.
If
that's
you
where it gets
are
bad.
in a leader position, if somebody's clearly having a bad day and you can tell, but you're going to turn around and treat one person like shit and then be nice to another one because you like them, you're not going to be very liked in your job. You're going to be stressed out all
it's
the
different in
time.
a show.
Like,
It's very visible
yeah,
to anyone watching.
like nobody under you except your favorites are going to like you, and even your favorites probably won't at the
Or
same
just- they're
time
probably
because they're
just
going to
sucking
hear
up.
what's going on.
Yeah, they're most likely just sucking up to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't be done. And a few managers probably play favorites. There are probably definitely a few.
I know there's some. I mean,
Some show it more than others, them playing favorites though. Some definitely try to hide it. There's a team lead up front that kind of plays favorites a decent amount, but I don't think anybody ever calls them out on it.
well, okay, so there's some parts of playing favorites that I am, okay with, but there's a very thin line, I guess, that can cross. But I don't I feel like I can't just complain about something and then not have another outcome.
Yeah.
Because I personally don't really have a solution. Because I mean, you can tell people to not discriminate against people, and I'm not talking about race or gender or whatever. I'm just talking about people in general. You can't discriminate, but at the same time, you discriminate against pretty much everything that you do, in your life. Anything that you do is discriminated against something else. It's like anytime I hang out with you, I'm not hanging out with someone else because I want to hang out with you, so I'm there. So I'm discriminating against them because I don't want to be around them, and at that specific time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how we would solve that conundrum.
I don't know. I know as far as the manager that I was talking about up front, I don't know if you would call them a manager. The team lead, I'll just say that. The team lead up front, it definitely started to bother me, especially when I just got hired. I even noticed it a lot then, that there would be some people that, I mean, up front, you're not supposed to be on your phone at all. Not supposed to do any
Why
of
you
that
look
shit.
like that? Why you smile like that, bro?
You got something to say?
No, I mean, this. How?
You want the mic?
No, I was just looking at Frankie.
No, real quick though. I was thinking something that Darius and me might know. I was thinking about how you were saying when you discriminate against one person, you're discriminating another. Or when you want
favor.
Yeah, when
something,
you
you're
favor
automatically
something.
unfavoring something else. And
Yeah.
it's just part of human life.
Makes
It's
me
through
think
anything.
of,
Like it's like music or movies or anything.
Yeah.
Like anything you do
Yeah.
in your life.
Yeah. I mean, like, it kind of made me think of a moderate speech. Yeah, low key, like low key. Hey, hey. With victors, there will always be the vanquished. Hey, that
Victors
shit.
will be the
Yeah.
It's
Oh
a
my
crazy
gosh.
world, bruh.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, sorry, it was just an anime quote, but I mean, like, he basically says the same thing. Is like the victors will always like when there are people who are victorious in something, there will always be the vanquished. You know,
Mhm.
like in the terms of the game itself, it ended up choosing the victors to be the winner of the game, while the vanquished, like, lost. Like they get nothing out of it. So
She's got a piece on the ground.
yeah,
I know. I saw her knock it down. She didn't break it, so it's fine.
yeah. But like it's still like the same thing. It's just a biased outcome, or not even biased. Like when it comes
Like
to
the
like,
biased outcome is obviously somewhat necessary
mm-hmm.
because we're humans and that's how we interact with each other.
Yeah,
But I think there's a very fine line to where it's like, it's not fair.
yeah,
Yeah, it's just not fair.
yeah.
And
I
it's
mean,
not
like,
treating people the same.
cause I get it. You can be biased, about something, like I don't like a specific type of ice, like a specific type of ice cream or some shit. You know, that's like something that is obviously biased.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to like, okay, what was it that you said? Like music and shit. Like you decide to listen.
Movies,
Yeah,
books,
you decide to listen to a song. You like at that moment you are listening to a song that is not another song, nor any other type of song.
And also, you knew what you were doing when you played the song.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, even though you didn't think about every other song that you could have played, you know that
Yeah.
you're playing a specific song.
Yeah, you knew you wanted to listen to
Yeah.
that song. But then what's next on the track?
Yeah.
Another song. I mean, like, it is a simple, like, when you think about it in a complex manner, yes, everything we do is a very, favoritized and biased thing that we do day to day. Like, that's all it is just biased outcomes, We think, like, okay, well, Carla right now, I want to fucking leave. That's all that's on her mind,
Mm-hmm.
Like, because she's fucking dying because of cats. I mean, but like, I want to go out for a walk, or I want to either sit down. One of the things that I decide to choose for that day, is something that I favoritize at that moment. But I could also go out for a walk and then come home and then sit down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, it's just at that moment I could be running while sitting down, but also I could be sitting down while running. It's just a back and forth thing.
You mean like a bike or something?
No.
You said sitting down.
No.
While running.
Look. Instead of sitting down on the couch, I could be running.
Yeah.
Right? That's after the run you already taken.
Okay. Yeah.
Or while you were running, you could have been sitting down.
Mm-hmm.
So either or, like, it's never going to be like a win-win. You are going to choose one over the other at some point in time.
Yeah.
But you can also, interchange between two moments in time.
What do you mean interchange?
Like,
Decision making.
Yeah, decision
Like
making.
split the difference.
Kind
Like,
of.
I'll sit on the couch
Sort
for 15
of.
minutes and then I'll run for 15.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Like, you go on a run for 15 minutes, you come home, and you sit on the couch.
Yeah, but that's very finite.
Yeah,
You can't do that a lot of times because we have limited time here.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I mean,
you
like,
have, at some point you have to figure out like what
what
you're
you want to
somewhat
do
passionate
instead.
about.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
reject all the other things that you're not.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get her to stop it. It's not working. But as far as with favoritism goes, at the same time, yes, it happens a lot in life, but it's something that, as far as with people, you should try not to do in the workplace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it definitely happens anyway. It happens all the time anywhere. It's
Yeah.
gonna happen. We can't really stop it. But when it comes down to it, if there's one person doing their job and maybe not doing it up to their standards, up to your standards, but they're doing it, and there's another person not doing their job at all, but you're going to get on to said person doing their job, like that. That
Yeah,
shouldn't
in
happen,
cases
but
like
it
that
does.
where it's, like,
It's happened
really
up front.
obvious
I've
that something's
seen it
going
happen.
on. Yeah, when it's like whatever you're getting lectured for is like really like hypocritical in some sense.
I mean, it's happened to me. Like, that was an example that's happened to me. I was doing my job, but not up to my lead's standards. And they got on to me while someone else was sitting on their phone, literally hiding from doing their job.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm not going to name names, but it happened. And it continued to happen multiple times from the same team lead. It didn't happen from others, at least not that I could notice. But most of the time, those two were there at the same time.
Okay, but it's like, how do you solve this?
I mean, at the same time, if you try to point it out, you're probably just... Like, if I were to have tried to point that out in that moment, I probably would have just gotten in trouble for it.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you solve it? Because if you say something, someone's going to get mad at you for it.
Especially when you're at a lower status like you as being an associate compared to a
Exactly.
team lead. Yeah, you've got more consequences for sure.
Like, how do you solve it when you can't really do anything to start with? If you try to say anything,
Yeah, because,
like,
well,
what the fuck do you do?
The person you're talking about, did she break it?
No. She didn't break it.
Okay. Yeah, it is kind of like, what do you do? Because the fact that they're already, what's the word? The fact that they're already doing like the motions for you to realize that they're favoriting someone, kind of makes you show like, I don't know if I can talk to this person about this since they're like,
Obviously, in
since
favorite.
I don't think they'll listen to me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, it like if said person who is favoritized goes up and talks to them, they're obviously going to listen. But if you go up and talk to them, it's going to be a different story.
Yeah.
You know,
It just makes it suck,
or it's not
especially
that
if
you
it's at
can't.
work.
It's just it's a lot harder to get down to that person if they already don't like you.
I mean,
for
I
some
guess at
reason
the
or
end of the
another.
day, you could mention it to someone higher
Yeah.
than that lead, but at the same
Who
time,
knows
you
if
don't
it's gonna
know
get
if they're
done.
playing favorites with that lead. You don't know
Mhm.
what's going
Yeah.
on, and like it makes it so complicated for no reason.
you remember Blonde Chick, right? Who came to
Oh,
fix
yeah.
up our store and all that?
Oh,
I remember.
the first shift lady. Her name was like.
No, the one who was helping Robert a
She
lot.
have like glasses.
I think so. No. I can't remember.
You're talking about the
She's
manager.
eating wood again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about Carrie, right?
Yeah, I think so.
She doesn't work at the store anymore, so
What?
she was.
Stop eating wood.
No, well, we'll find her. But she was great.
Yeah,
I
no,
liked
she was
Carrie a
great.
lot, and she was.
You know what
Attractive.
Froylan told me?
Yeah, what's up?
He told me that that said manager, the one that we were saying that plays favorites with Froylan, said manager was actually trying to flirt with her from how it looked.
Yes, I think I saw.
Like
this
as they were
at one
down
point.
stacking pallets.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah, I
moving them
pointed
out
it
of the
out
way.
at one point because the way he was acting was very not.
Yeah, not
like
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, he's putting on some facade here. I didn't know if it was because he was interested in her, like attractive wise, or just because that's his boss at the time. So
Look,
he's got to suck up.
I mean, like
bit.
you also got to think though is like while the old store manager was here, he didn't act any type of differently, all that stuff, but you also got to
He was very professional.
yeah, but like you also got to think though is like once he left, like once he was gone on leave for that long extended amount of time, he just changed, like he felt like he had power over everything. And then she came along and she was like, hey, like, I'm here to try and take over the store. I'm going to try and be like the new store manager, all that stuff. And he was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so he basically had to start from scratch, had to kiss ass, all that stuff, And more than likely he thought flirting was another method of like, trying to get up there, play favorites, all that stuff. And then when she left, he was just like, "Oh fuck, who do I got to suck up to now?"
The new guy.
Yeah, the new guy.
manager.
How do you feel about him, by the way?
I've not met him yet, but I've heard he is
An
kind
ass.
of an ass.
Yeah, he.
But I don't know.
Never met him. Sounds like an asshole so far.
I
Yeah.
Don't
he's-
want
I know
to
he's
meet him.
Pretty short.
Shorter than me, and for
But, I
reference,
mean-
I'm 5'4".
I don't know. It's hard having that job and being like somewhat likable. I think CW did it really well because
Yeah.
he was a really down to earth guy
Yeah, yeah.
for the most part. Like he didn't cut corners around people. Like he was pretty straight up. Whatever he wanted done when he wanted it done. How he
But
wanted it
also,
done.
don't give don't say something and not give a solution to it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's another problem that we've had with him already. Is that he's given us a bunch of problems and no solutions, like the no
Yeah.
buggies for returns or cardboard. Like, then what the fuck
Really?
do we do? Yeah, he said we couldn't do that.
We can't.
We've still been doing it, but he said we're not supposed to, which means we would have to use the carts that
we use,
Yeah.
y'all use to
Yeah.
do it.
which there's already a short amount of.
But we
small
can't
amount.
do that because he said that y'all can't pull out until 8, which means y'all are just filling them till then,
Mhm.
just loading them up,
And
which
that's
means
if
there are
there's-
not going to be any.
Yeah, that's if there's any left.
Exactly.
Which
There's
there
if there's any
most
left,
likely won't be.
which means there won't be any for us to use for returns or cardboard, which means we have to use buggies. Unless we just load up fucking pallets, which is not going to work anyway.
Yeah, if we
Like,
load up
there's no
pallets-
solution to that other than using buggies. But he said
Yeah.
we can't do that.
Yeah, I think it's almost always wrong if someone with power comes up to you and tells you not just that you can't do it, but they just say like, yeah, you can't do it this way, and then they just walk away, and there's no other ways to do it.
Yeah.
So
That's like
and
the
then
only
what are you
problem
gonna do?
we've had. And
gonna
not
talk
only that,
back
he's been expecting perfect zones, and he's
Yeah.
said that like, I remember he said the other day, or at least I heard that like if they weren't perfectly zoned, even if one area wasn't, then everyone was getting coached. That was
Yeah.
zoning,
Yeah.
and like that shouldn't be done either. You can't expect a perfect zone, especially from certain areas,
Like toys.
toys,
Yeah.
crafts, sporting goods for like the fishing shit, hardware for certain areas, like different. They're not going to be perfect, and you can't sit there and be like, "Oh, well, you're getting coached." Then. Like, not that everyone's getting coached because one area couldn't be perfect because it's an area like those areas that are so hard to make perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's just been frustrating, and I know it's definitely frustrating for the leads. I've even seen them just getting frustrated about it.
Yeah.
And it makes our job up front hard, too, because we're stuck doing returns most of the time. We've just had buggies piling up front. Nobody's been getting their stuff because they've been busy having to do other stuff, and because some departments just don't get it. But we've been piling up, which means we have to do it, but we don't have enough people to do it because we need people on registers and on self-check. So we have very limited people to do it, which means we have to take floor associates from zoning to do it, which means areas are not going to get zoned. It just makes a whole problem for no reason.
Now, I will say there's a difference between favoritism and people who are in a position that are needed.
What do you
So,
mean?
one of the people who was there at the bonfire last night at Carla's house,
Mm-hmm.
Asian. You know who I'm talking about, right?
The minor?
Yeah. Well, he's not a minor anymore.
Okay,
but-
yeah, I know who you're talking about.
But he's actually in a position that is much needed. And the thing is, I was like, he's more so for like backup. They can't coach him. They can't fire him or anything right now. Like, they can't do anything to him.
Because they need him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because they need him. And
Which is why we still have some of our cashiers who are over 5 points because we need them. We don't have enough people.
Yeah.
yeah,
One
yeah.
of my friends is that way. She has a few over 5, and she's still here because we need people.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is like he has not been coached once. He has not gotten in trouble, and you see what he does all day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or more like lack of.
yeah, lack of
Yeah.
what he does all day, and I call him out on it, and I will admit he does his job, but he could be doing more.
Yeah, he does like the bare minimum, if that.
Yeah, because he'll go out and he'll open the propane case and all that stuff. Like he'll do all that, like what he's supposed to do. But he's also supposed to be zoning the entirety of the GM side.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that means hardware, that means housewares, that means toys.
Wait, does
I
he
mean,
wear
it's
glasses? I'm
not
trying
just
to.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I know who
It's
it is.
not just him though. I mean, you're not putting all this on him.
I'm not.
It's just that he's clearly like doesn't do his job almost ever.
Yeah, it's clear that he
And
doesn't
it's that
do
he
it.
can get away with it because there's other people that will
Yeah.
do the job instead of him because
Yeah.
they're worried that they're going to get fired.
But here's the thing: is like they can't. Stop it.
I think so.
Yes.
Okay. Making sure I know who you're talking about because we definitely had problems with him with the propane before not showing up
Yeah,
to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
been
he's
for
also
angry
never
customers.
gets his zones done.
Darius
Which
and me have been
And
there
here's-
for angry
he's-
customers out there going like, I've been sitting here for 20 minutes at this propane tank and no
we
one
had it
has
happen
showed up.
like
Yeah.
last night, not tonight I don't think, but I think it was like last night we had it happen too, and Maddie had to go out there and do it,
Yeah.
which meant we had no team lead up front, and we also, I think that night didn't have enough people for customer service either, which means I had to
Yeah.
train for it and do it, and I did not know what I was doing very well.
Yep.
And
It's
it's
fun.
someone like that can just set off almost a whole chain of events because it's someone that doesn't really do their job, doesn't get in trouble for it, so they get away with it, and then the slack falls on someone else like Maddie, like a team lead who has other things to do that are more important than that.
Mhm.
And then, she starts getting resentful for doing this other stuff, and then she starts treating him badly because, he's not doing his job, but she doesn't know how to exactly say, like, this is what you have to do and this is what I need done because, who knows if he's going to listen or not.
But
So
we have
why
a
waste
lot
the
of
time?
people like that right now, whether it be second or third shift. I don't know about first shift. I never once dealt with like first shift people, but I
They seem
know
fine.
like there's definitely a decent amount of people on second and third shift that just don't hardly do their, especially third shift from what I've
Yeah,
heard.
Third shift is a big one.
But I know second shift especially, like they just don't do a whole lot.
Is that it?
Yeah, I know.
Is it nice? Yeah. Oh, you didn't open it yet? Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. Me personally, like, I have no animosity towards him, but I do know that he affects my job
Yeah.
because of the fact that since he's not zoning and he's not doing what he's supposed to, I have to go zone areas while I am occupied with tons of
Hey,
customers.
you've got other stuff to do.
So do other people like Josh and
Mm-hmm.
I think Chris has probably had to do it for him too.
Yeah. And I know I got like those slow moments, like where I'm just there, just standing there, not doing anything. But like the thing is, I was like with customer service, like with electronics and all that, you don't know when something is gonna happen. Like
Yeah.
that whole rush hour type traffic and electronics, it can happen out of nowhere. And that's why I always like try to it's hard to explain, but then again they're just like, well, since nothing's happening, just go and do something else. And I'm like, I can't. They're like, why not? They're like, there's nothing to do. I'm like, because you don't know like how it works over here. Like, you haven't worked over
You
here.
have to be on the lookout because sometimes you just get
Yeah.
paraded
Like,
with
I can't
people.
tell you how many times, like, nothing's been happening all day. It's been chill. Like, no one shows up. And then out of nowhere, like, I get, one person walk in, they're just roaming around for, like, a good 10 minutes. And then, like, another person walks up into electronics. They're roaming around for another 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go see what they want. I go ask one person, oh, no, nothing right now. Go ask another person, oh, no,
those
nothing
just
right
start
now.
piling up.
Yeah, I'm like, I already know how this is going to turn out. And then, at the exact same time, they'll both find something that they want. They'll both come up to me saying, like, I was here first, like, why are you choosing him? And all this stuff. I'm like, dude, I don't know, bro. Like, he's closer.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
Anyone who's
Um,
worked up front definitely anyone who's worked up front ever understands because
Okay,
it happens
if
up there
you've got
too.
if you're a
You'll
cashier
just be
with
doing
one
freight
person-
or whatever, or just sitting on a register zoning, and then you just get like 10 people in your
you
line, and
gotta
all of a
treat
sudden
that
we
first
have to
person
move
like there's a whole
people.
line.
Yeah.
All of a sudden we have to move people, or people are on their breaks, and you're just like, well, fuck. Now I'm just stacked up with people, and I'm just gonna be here all day.
Yeah, no. I
Did
mean,
did you put in your 2 weeks yet?
no, not yet.
Why not?
Because I went to the place. They said they don't have any shifts that I'm wanting open right now. They said they'll give me a call in like 2 weeks, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
But right now I'm kind of leaning towards where Kevin works.
The tailor place?
Mm-mm. He
Which
went back to
Kevin?
FedEx.
Hernandez?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
he went back to FedEx.
Hmm.
And like how he was explaining it, like it sounds good, you know, like
Yeah. It's supposed to be pretty like
chill.
boring.
Yeah,
stuff.
boring, but
Yeah.
like, you know,
Just
chill.
factory work
Mm-hmm.
mostly.
I mean, but like he was like, how you explain it? He was like, you just either unload truck or load truck, like either or. He was like, and that's all you do all day. Just, and like that, I know, like it gets fucking tiring. Like you know, like I would hate to like run truck all day. But he said like they don't really care about apparel. I mean, like one thing that really fucked with me is that like I had to wear my vest on top of like my normal clothes and all that shit. Like, you know, couldn't fucking lift properly because like, you know, I'm wearing jeans, you know, for that day. What, would your pants rip or some shit?
How'd you know?
Yeah, cause like how you like laugh, I was just like, oh, it sounds
It
like
just
a ripped
happened
pants
like
joke.
last week.
Really?
Yeah, where he was like squatting down.
Now I'm like,
Is it the same pair?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Nice.
I say like
SpongeBob.
I say like 2/3 of my pants that I wear to work are not
Yeah.
ripped at the crotch.
Oh, also, did you guys hear? Because I just heard this recently. I didn't know this, but apparently, front shift by the end of the year is supposed to go fully self-check, which means there's going to be certain protocols we'll have to do, like as far as helping people. Someone tried explaining it to me, like we have to scan their first item for them or some shit. We have
That's
to go
it?
get stuff, some shit like that. There's like a whole bunch of new shit we're
Huh.
going to have to do, and I was like,
It's not
you know what? The
surprising.
minute that happens, I'm transferring to electronics. Y'all aren't
Yeah.
having me up front anymore. I'm not doing it. I will transfer to electronics, Cap 2. I don't care. I won't do it.
So they're gonna have mostly just a bunch of self-check registers.
Apparently, from what I've heard. But it's going to be different from how self-check is now. There's going to be all new stuff we're going to have to do. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing all that.
Sounds pretty cool. I'm sure that they're probably gonna have one open for tobacco stuff still. I was gonna guess, or something like that.
I would assume. No, I think so, actually, because some of our self-check registers got an update, and one of them had a tobacco button on it. So I'm assuming that, yes, we will have at least one self-check area with tobacco, which I don't know why we would do that, because...
They have to keep it separate for like federal laws and shit.
And not only that, what if someone just fucking steals it? You know how much shit gets stolen at self-checks? Like, that's not a good idea.
Well, tobacco's kind of hard though, because it's always at lane 8 for the most part. That's where it's supposed to be, and they have to go.
But if
behind
it
the
goes
register.
self-check,
yeah, exactly. I
then
don't
what
know
are they
where
gonna
it's
do?
gonna
Like,
be.
exactly.
Yeah, hopefully in a cage. It's in a cage, right? Still?
No, it's in like the lane. It's not in a cage. It's like in its own like shelving kind of thing behind 8,
But is
and
there
then
anything
it's
in
got
front of
like
it?
the thing on 8.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's usually someone either on 7 or 8, so
I mean,
there's people
honestly,
up front that can see it.
how it looks like is if someone wanted to, they can just like reach in there, grab it, and then fucking run.
Yeah, especially like the chewing tobacco. That stuff's so tiny. it'll just fit
Yeah,
through.
yeah.
So I don't know how it's gonna work, but either way, I won't stay up front. The minute that happens, I will move departments.
Yeah.
I already almost changed departments once.
Yeah, self-check is not very fun.
I hate it so much, and that is one of the
Pretty
main
boring.
reasons. The minute that happens, I am out of
Yeah.
front end.
I wonder if they're gonna. I mean, obviously this hasn't happened yet, but I remember I read, I think in June, that Walmart was gonna be one of the first stores to start. You had to like bring your own bags or something. Like they were gonna stop giving you the disposable bags.
Yeah,
for, like,
I heard about that,
environmental
but
purposes,
the
it didn't
problem is
happen
with
yet.
well, they were gonna do it, and it was supposed to happen, but because of COVID and everything like that, if you bring your own bags, you have to bag it yourself. which might happen if
Hey,
the
that's
whole
nice,
self-check
though.
thing goes through because we
Yeah.
won't be doing it.
Mhm.
So at that point, we might not have bags anymore. But that will
Interesting.
fuck over a lot of people who don't have bags.
Yeah.
But that just means they'll have to buy them,
Yeah.
which means I'll have to spend more money, which will piss people off, which is yet another reason I will not stay up front.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of mad people up there,
I
especially after
know.
a change like that.
I know. Whenever I went to California, they had taxes on their plastic bags, and their plastic bags are like way nicer than ours because we have like those thin, flimsy
Yeah,
ones.
just the regular ones.
Yeah, theirs are like thick, like sturdy. It's
I
made
also
to
heard they're
carry a
not
lot.
white
Huh?
bags. I also heard they're not white bags. They're like gray or black.
Yeah, they're like
that
gray.
way people can't like see what you have.
Yeah, it's like a darker gray. You can't see through it. All that stuff. It's a thick plastic bag, and it's made because of the fact it's made thick because of the fact that you want to add more things into it than normally, so that way you don't get the
Use
tax.
as many bags.
Yeah.
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 We used to have. I don't know if they were the same bags, but they were. I don't know if you
We
guys
did
still
have
you guys have
gray bags
the
for a
big
bit.
ones, right?
We haven't had the big ones for a while. We did
Yeah, I
have gray
haven't
ones,
seen
but
them.
those were not for up front. That's because we ran out of bags, so we stole OGP bags
Okay.
and used them up
yeah.
front. That's why we had gray ones. That wasn't because of a change though. That was just us not having bags.
But I will say that Walmart is trying to push it towards like all the stores having it like that, because I know, or not even Walmart.
I mean, that would be a smart step
Yeah.
before
Before-
completely getting rid
yeah.
of the bags. That
Yeah.
would be a smart step because then
Yeah.
people are going to be like, man, I don't want to pay this fucking tax anymore. Like, I,
I,
should
c-
probably
But
I can
if
just
you
buy
think
the
about
bag
it, though-
once and leave it alone.
That's supposed to happen by the end of the year. This year,
Yeah.
it's already almost the end of September, which
Yeah, we've
means
got a few
we're
months
already
left.
close to the end of the year.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
makes me kind of doubt that it's going to happen anyway, at least not by the end of the year.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But, I mean, if it did, it would be a very fast change, which would cause a lot of havoc
Yeah.
for a lot of people, not only customers, but also us employees. Like, that would be so much, especially if it's at the end of the year. That's right around Christmas, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, all of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Not a good time to do it at all.
Probably not this year just because of the season we're at right now. We're at the very start of like the peak season, which lasts throughout the end of the year. So everyone's it's gonna be really chaotic for the next few months. It always is every
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, you know, some stores here though are starting to do the bag tax already.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think someone said that like one of the stores here in Murfreesboro are doing it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wonder if
Great.
Dang, that's
Well,
gonna
if that
apply to us,
happens,
too.
I have to deal with shit customers who are going to get mad about that the minute that goes through with
Yeah.
our Walmart.
I mean, I don't know, but because the bag tax is more of like a law in California. I want to say, right, babe? The bag tax law, California. Like, isn't it a law in California? Or is it just the stores who like? So it's not like, part of law that you have to charge 30 cents. Oh. But
$3 extra.
$3 extra.
That's 3 more bottles of water.
Right? Right?
There's this one time, like, they had, like, their 24-pack on sale, supposedly. And they were, like, $2, almost $3, you know? I think it was, like, 42 bottles. I don't know. And, my dad's like, oh, like, let's get some, right? They're $2, $3. Okay. He gets, like, 3 packs. And, like, they're literally, like, and it was only the water bottles, and he was paying like $20 for them. 3 packs for $20. My dad's like, what the fuck? And he had an extra like $8 charged besides just the water bottles. But it's because it's the plastic thing that they charge over there.
It's because they're right beside the beach side. So,
Oh,
I mean,
that's
like,
a lot of tax though.
yeah. I mean, it's to prevent people from buying like all the plastic and everything. Because
He's not
littering,
gonna kill you, just
is
pet
like a really big thing. But I have noticed in California there wasn't a lot of
thinks
like
you're playing with
littering
her.
though. Yeah, there's not a.
Where'd you go? San Diego?
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of trash on the ground. I mean, not that I seen. There were parts in the city though that
Did you
did
guys
have.
only go to San Diego?
Downtown.
Yeah, like downtown
Yeah.
wise.
Did you guys only hang out at San Diego? Did you go to like LA or anything?
No, that was like a good how long? Like a good 2 hour. 2 hour drive, right? Yeah. It's like
Because San Diego's kind of in the middle, and
Huh?
LA's at like the very top of the state, almost.
yeah, San Diego's.
No, LA is like in the middle.
Yeah,
So-
LA's in
literally,
middle.
I think
LA
San Diego
is,
might be. It's either further up or further down than
It's-
LA.
Diego
it's
is
at the bottom.
SoCal, or
Yeah, so it's. I thought it was further down, but I didn't want to say that and be wrong.
So it's San Ysidro, which is right at the border. Then there's San Diego, LA, I think Sacramento, then San Francisco, and
Yeah.
then San Francisco. I think it's like the one like close to Oregon.
Oh, San Diego's at like the very bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
South
Yes. LA is like not that far above it.
Yeah.
It's way closer than like San Francisco Gap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
San Francisco's about in the middle. Oh yeah, I always thought that LA was like right next to Washington.
Oh yeah.
Guess I was wrong.
You
Was
don't
it
know geography very well then?
That is very true.
Did you do very badly in history class then?
You mean like social studies?
Yes.
No, it was fine. But it was like public high school
Oh,
mostly.
true.
So like, what am I gonna learn?
Yeah. True.
Fair point.
Most
fair
of the
point.
geography I learned at my parents' house from
Yeah.
other geography stuff that we do.
Yeah.
She has like a map of the world and a map of the just U.S.
Mhm.
I mean, as far as geography and like
I mean, you've seen him.
in like public school, it's literally just like what capitals are in what states and
Yeah.
what states are around your state.
Like the.
And as
did
far
you
as
guys ever
history goes,
play
it's mostly just about
the
your state
state
anyway.
game or that song. It's like a
What?
song that's like
It's got like
all the capitals of all the states,
Yeah.
basically. It's like some dumb song.
Oh, are
I
you
was
saying
supposed to learn.
that?
But nobody learns
No.
those.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
like
Nobody
fifth
learns
grade.
those.
You ever
Well, some people
was
do,
it?
but-
You ever watch Animaniacs?
No, I haven't. I think
No?
I've heard of it though.
Animaniacs. It was an old cartoon show that Warner Brothers made, and I remember there's one song made by one of the characters Yakko, and he sings that song, and he's saying all the countries in their
Okay.
capitals. I think that's what's called, capitals of the country.
The state?
I guess, I don't know.
I mean, we live in a state currently.
Yeah, I don't know.
One of the 50 United States.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the U.S. has a capital, which is Washington.
Yeah.
But as far as other countries, well, yeah, other countries have capitals too. So
Yeah.
yes, you're
Because
correct on that.
like China has Bangkok as like their capital, right?
I don't know if it's the capital, but it's one of the most I don't know if it's
Yes,
the
different
capital.
countries have a capital.
Yeah,
See?
definitely.
answer
But
the
he was like
question.
naming like the countries first, and then he was naming all the capitals
Yeah,
and all that shit.
okay.
And like, you know, it's just a song, and like, you know, it was a pretty good song. But how like he,
I vibe to it.
yeah, it was like one of those
Pretty
like,
sick.
you know, like every
Once
time like you'd
chills
hear
up
it
your
play,
spine.
yeah, like once you'd hear it, you're like, like all that shit,
It's like
you
the
know.
Bill Nye song.
Yeah,
Bill
kinda.
Nye the Science Guy.
Yeah, like you just know it, like when it comes on, you're like, fuck yeah. But like the thing is, I was like, he goes at such a fast pace
That it's hard to
that
learn.
that's the joke of the song, is like he's going at such a fast pace that like you can't really keep up with it.
Unless
you
you
know.
just listen to it on repeat for 8 hours or some shit.
yeah.
Just listen to it over and over again, determined
Yeah.
to learn it.
But you see, back at that time, they didn't really have like DVR. They had like VHS shit that you could like record, but not everybody had that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like with public school,
yeah,
learning things is definitely probably different. I know most teachers would just like be like, watch this video and learn it. And a lot of people just don't learn that way. So you're just like, okay, I'll watch it because it means nothing to do, but that doesn't mean I'm going to learn
Yeah.
jack shit.
Movie day.
Easy
did you
day,
know
learn
that-
nothing, do nothing.
Have you seen that like Warner Brothers is like trying to reboot some of their stuff, like the like the original Looney Tunes, and then
Like a show?
yeah, like shows wise, like the original Looney Tunes, they're trying to reboot it, and then the Animaniacs that I just mentioned, they started rebooting that too.
It's
But
kinda
the
sad.
originals will always be better.
Yeah, the originals
It's
will
kinda
always
sad
be
that
better,
they do that.
but I mean,
Sucks for these newer generations that don't understand.
with the reboot, with the reboot for Looney Tunes, it's more of a reboot for Bugs Bunny and I think it's a
I
show.
have seen this.
I
don't
think it's a show
remember.
called Bugs, and like he wears the original iconic yellow gloves instead of the white gloves, and his character design is more like the original one, like more.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's like somewhat symbolic of or nostalgic of like the old, then like it's
Yeah.
fine. But if it's just like,
but it's just like
a
cleaner,
That's how you
like
make good
cleaner,
reboots,
crisp
though, is
animation.
making
Yeah.
it more to the original.
but yeah, I'm always worried about reboots because I'm like, oh, it's just a cash grab. Like they're just
Yeah.
doing it because they made a lot of money on
So,
it.
some reboots, not gonna lie, suck ass
Yeah.
because they don't stick to
Yeah.
originals, and any original fans are just gonna
They
not
just
want to
do it.
watch
They
it.
just do it for the name.
Yeah, I
Like
mean, but
newer
that.
generations are gonna be like, "Oh, this is the original," and anyone who's
Yeah.
seen the original is like, "No, this sucks."
huh?
She chipped it.
Oh,
Oh no, yeah, the black part at the bottom.
She might have gotten to it.
just keep those away from her.
But what was I gonna say? Oh no, but the Bugs show that I was saying, it's more adult like the original Looney Tunes.
So like the
Okay.
iCarly reboot.
not like adult.
No,
like.
not
They
like
did
that.
Yeah, not adult like in that sense.
I was making a joke.
But it's more adult like as in like in the original Looney Tunes, like if they were like going to imply that something gory was like there, they'd just be like, look inside, be like, "Ugh," like just close it back up. But like in this one, like he's over here, in like a mummy's tomb. Like this is the joke of one of the episodes. He's inside of a mummy's tomb, and he's looking at everything. He's like, "Ooh, a buffet," and he's like over here like looking like in all like the mummy like jars and all that. He's like taking out all the intestines, eating it, all that stuff.
Delicious.
Yeah, just eating like the intestines, dude, like literal organs. He's pulling them out, eating them, all that stuff.
But most kids will not understand that.
But
Only
yeah.
older people.
Yeah, most kids aren't going to understand that, and that was the whole point of like the original cartoons is like adults will understand it, but children aren't. So it's okay to put it on children's broadcasting. They're not going to completely understand it. They're just going to think it's funny.
I will say with the iCarly reboot though, that is also a good way to reboot shows. Some shows will not work doing it,
Oh,
but
give it,
some
an
like
adult.
yeah,
Yeah.
for the original fans that saw it when it first
Yeah.
came out, and then rebooting it with them older, and it like for that original viewers,
yeah.
like that's a good way to reboot it. With certain shows, some will not work. I will say that because some just suck
Mike
ass.
told me about. Have you ever seen Samurai Jack?
Yes.
Yeah, Mike told me about what they did with that show, and I thought that was really cool. I haven't
Oh
seen
no,
it.
yeah, it was really good.
But how many seasons did they have? Like 6?
She was messing with their shit last
Yeah, I
time.
think so. I think it was around like
Yeah,
6.
well, if I remember correctly, they did like the first 5, and then I think they took a couple years off. Or
Yeah.
something like that. Like maybe a while. Oh boy. But then they did the last one, TV Mature.
Yeah.
And I was like, that sounds really cool. that
They
they
put it
would
on
do that.
Adult Swim and everything.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, that sounds cool. I want to watch it.
Yeah, it's
Okay, it
after
is
they
working.
made the Samurai Jack, it was more considered a reboot, but it was also a continuation. It was very confusing
Because
for
it
the
was
Samurai
a
Jack.
while after.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
put it out. Yeah.
But after they did the Samurai Jack, like after they finished it off and all that, they decided to do a new show. The same animators, the same story writer, and everything, called Primal. And the whole premise of that show is there's no words spoken at all.
I mean, it sounds cool.
Good way to save money on voice actors.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean like it
Sounds
is.
cool, though.
I
Cool-
mean, but
cool
you do
concept.
have the original. You do have the voice actors who do like the caveman grunts and all that stuff because it's the premise is like a caveman who lost his family to this specific. A man loses his family to this T-Rex, right? What?
I was just curious if you could like hear me chewing.
No,
Okay,
I
we
sweet.
cannot.
Good.
Yeah.
Good to hear.
No, but the premise is more so like this man, he goes out to go hunting for some food for his family. He comes back and this T-Rex is just eating his family. Like they're dead. They're gone. And
Hell yeah.
he's like in a fucking like
Lit.
rage. He's like in a rage
Plot
mode.
twist,
I
you're
think
the T-Rex.
yeah, like at some point I think like he ends up like throwing a spear, hitting the T-Rex in the eye or some shit. Doesn't kill him, like, but the fucking T-Rex is like, fuck you, killed your family, bitch, walks away, And then he runs into another T-Rex, and at this point in time, he hates fucking dinosaurs. But then he befriends another T-Rex that just lost her kids, because what he did was he ended up finding them, and he was just like, oh shit, like, fucking dinosaurs and shit. So he went out, he hid, and then he seen like the same T-Rex come and go to fucking eat her kids, and he was like, no, fuck that. And he like goes, charges, like, starts fucking stabbing him and shit. He's like, you again, like, you little bitch, all that shit. It was just, it's mutual enemies. They join forces and they kill him. But like,
classic story.
Yeah, classic story. But how they just put this story out there, no words exchanged, no nothing, like none of that. It's all just primal instinct. Like you just know their emotions.
You know what's going on. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You
kinda
just
kind of like A Quiet Place, but
yeah,
because there's no words.
Yeah.
Very few.
yeah. But the thing is, there's no sign language either. Like nothing. Like it's kind of like if I just look at Carla, like I can visibly tell like she's tired, or like if no one in the room talked.
Sort
at the
of
moment.
like reading a book.
Yeah,
almost.
yeah.
I think it's kind of
Similar.
Well, no, I was gonna say it's similar to what you were saying. Is like I feel like it's hard to do that with a cartoon than
Oh,
it is
no,
for
yeah.
live action
Yeah,
because you have to like draw on the faces to the point where anyone knows what they're feeling.
Yeah, I mean, but like the thing is, like it also comes with like the music too. The
Yeah,
they
music
say
too.
the
Yeah.
music, they put so much fucking effort into the music for Primal because of the fact they knew that there wasn't going to be any words. Like if
Music
you
and
listen to
good
the
acting.
soundtrack, there is so much emotion into it. You wouldn't even tell that you're watching a show without words.
To be fair, though, even with words, music is a lot in a lot of
Yeah,
like movies, shows. If you take that out, like
you're gonna have a
even with
boring
the
ass
acting, even with the acting showing emotion, you're gonna lose a lot of the emotion that's actually there with the music.
It's kind of
Yeah.
weird though that's a thing because like if when you're living your life,
dead.
you
I
don't-
mean, but that's
you
why
don't
music
have, like, a
happened to
soundtrack
start with.
Yeah.
playing.
Like that's why music. Sorry,
Yeah,
that
to,
my
like,
mic cut out. But
convey
that's
some
why
emotion, right?
like music became a thing was because people wanted to get their emotions out.
Mhm.
I mean, they
Mhm.
enjoyed making music, obviously, but
Yeah.
also it showed emotion. That's why so many people love different types of music. Why people listen to country because
It shows more of
whatever
like the
fucking
love.
reason, like,
It shows more of like the love and like soothingness of like
beer.
the South, bruh.
South nature, drinking, trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't listen to
Girls.
country, so sorry
Yeah.
for anyone who
Trucks,
does.
beer, girls. That's pretty much sums it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like people who listen to fucking like Melanie Martinez, for example. And I'm throwing that out there because I listen to it.
Who's
but
that?
Not
She
the
like
Yeah. She's
But-
like a female singer.
female singer. But if you listen to the music, not only can you feel the emotion, some of the songs to some people will seem silly.
Mhm.
Just like for us who don't listen to country, it just seems
Yeah,
silly and
exactly.
stupid. But
Uh-huh.
the music can show emotion that different people can feel.
Gross.
I like country.
Darius just said he fucks with country.
What? I don't know what the fuck.
I
you
don't know
fucks
country.
with.
I don't know who the fuck
I
you're
like
talking about.
country.
I listen.
But
to
anyway.
Rascal Flats. Of
But
course,
anyway.
Life is a highway.
Oh
I
yeah.
wanna ride it.
She
all
fucking put that
night
on the other
long.
night.
Really?
Yeah, and she hates country music. We were just like
Yeah,
riding
that's
down.
borderline country
You're
though.
going my
Yeah, it is.
way.
Don't sing
It is.
too much of that.
That's a classic from like Cars, though. I feel like that's how a lot of people know
No,
that.
that's what she fucking
be
played.
honest.
She went on there and she was like, I want to play that Cars song, and like she put in like Life is a Highway, and then right when she put that in, she said that not even the original song popped up, the fucking Cars one popped up, and she clicked on that
On
one.
like YouTube or something.
No, on Apple Music.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
on
they do
Apple
have
Music.
soundtracks. Like you'll look up a song, and if it's from like a show or a movie, you can find it specifically from that one.
Yeah.
Just like with Glee, if you look up a song, you can find the Glee cover of it as well.
Yeah. When,
But back to music.
When I was younger,
Never mind.
We had this. Well, it's still about music. It's
Okay.
about that song actually. I don't know why we did this exactly, but every Saturday for like, I don't know, maybe a few months to like a year. I don't remember. I was younger,
Yeah.
like probably 10 or so. But my dad he'd like get on his laptop and like we would just all want to listen to like Life is a Highway from Cars and we'd look it up on YouTube. But this
Best
was
car
at the
trip song
time
ever.
where it was because it was on a Saturday, the internet was like really slow because it was a Saturday and everyone was at home on the computer. And it's honestly weird to think about that time because like that shit doesn't happen now. Everything's like super fast, like at your fingertips.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny to think about that. We used to do that all the time. We'd have to sit there for like 15 minutes sometimes and like try to get the website to load. Just the same YouTube video of like Life is a Highway
Yeah.
from Cars.
Yeah.
Like every weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever like, I feel like you do. I feel like almost everyone does. But do you ever get like chills when you like listen to music?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
it just like hits you in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about that earlier. It was like a couple days ago. I think I've thought about it before, but it's like I was thinking about how I was having chills from a song and it was like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's weird that. And I think it's like almost an uncomfortableness from like. It's like when you hear a really nice piece of music, it's like a scary unsettling because it's
Yeah.
like look at this beautiful thing that I'm listening to, and then look at who I am, and I'm just like I don't compare to this, and that's kind of how I felt in like the unsettled point when I was like when I have chills sometimes when I listen to music, it's like how am I able to listen to something that is written so well and performed like so beautifully, like I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy.
But it's just an interesting thought that I have
Mm-hmm.
about like, I mean, most things that like I would consider beautiful is there's a fear that's like behind it, that's like I won't amount to this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's scary, you know.
Yeah. Well,
Life is full of scary things.
Yeah.
I will say I don't get chills for that. Like, you know, that is a really interesting thing to like, you know, think about though. Like how you explain it, but I mostly get chills for like because of the fact that I've experienced it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the emotions that they display like in the song, like it's made to be relatable, and it is relatable, you know? And like there's two songs that relationship wise I can relate to in a sense because well pre Carla relationship wise I can relate to, and one of them I'm actually kind of glad that I didn't, you know, find and learn the lyrics to back then before I met her.
Yeah.
Because dude, I would have fucking died. Like, cause this song just it explains the whole fucking thing. Like it just talks about the whole deal, you know. One of them is that one song, Somebody That I Used to Know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're just somebody that I used
Me
to
and my mom
know.
used to sing that
Yeah.
all the time. We both had different aspects of how we viewed it. Somewhat similar though. My mom used to whenever she dated my dad, she seen him as one thing, and then she started viewing him as another, you know, as time went on. So he, in a sense, became someone that she used to know.
Yeah.
For me and my ex,
Sorry, we're dealing with cat problems. Our mascot is being a little complicated tonight. She's a little hyper.
yeah, for me and my ex, you motherfucker.
It's not gonna roll well. It's
Here,
the
you want to
king
pass her to
piece.
me?
What?
Okay, maybe don't do that. She does. She will attack you for that, actually.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a
That
good
was
song
very
though.
shitty
Yeah.
way to
It's a
hold
good
her. I apologize.
I mean, it was more so like in the aspect of me
She's
and my
biting me,
ex,
never
so
mind,
it
she's
was
not being
because
nice.
of the
Mhm.
fact that I did know her at one point, and it was completely different than how I had seen her in the end.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, she was someone that I could talk to, and then I couldn't talk to her no more.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was also someone that I knew was always going to be there for me, and then she was never there. You know, it's just you get one person at the beginning, and then by the end of it, they become someone else that you don't know. They're completely different, and like the new people that come into their life, they see them as that way when you've seen them as another before, you know, and they're just like, oh, I feel like I'm starting to know you so well, and it's just like, no, you don't know her like that because of the fact that, you know, I knew her before how she is now, you know, she's changed. Like, that's what you don't know. Like, you might know the her now, you know, you might know what she likes, but whether she decides to change again or not, that's up to her, you know, and you've got to be ready for that.
But
And
that's the beautiful and terrifying, both
that,
beautiful and terrifying part of not only music, but I mean life. It happens all the time.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
why different people relate to different songs in different ways.
Yeah.
Hell, there are certain songs that I listen to, and some that are, hell, even relationship songs that I don't relate them to relationships. I relate them more to my relationship with my dad than a relationship with, like, a romantic relationship.
Yeah.
And will other people around me understand that when I'm singing it? No. But I will.
Yeah. I mean,
Nobody else is going to understand why I'm breaking down crying while trying to sing this song because they're relating it to a relationship. Maybe they think I just went through a hard breakup or some shit.
yeah.
But that's not why.
Yeah. I mean,
A mystery of how music works.
yeah. Another song that really touched me, and it's recent though. It's a song in Spanish. I don't. Yeah, like
lyrics?
yeah, I don't know how to speak it, understand it and all this stuff.
But you can feel the emotion.
I felt the emotion, and I knew that it was something sad. So I went to YouTube.
Got a translator.
He got the translated video. Well, it's more of like it played the song in its original sense, but it put in English subtitles. And dude, it is fucking word for word. Dude talks about how he did nothing but showed her love and kindness and all that stuff, and then she just decided to leave and all that stuff. He doesn't know why, all that. And then he's like, sometimes, I just can't even stand to look at my phone because, I just see you and him and like, it just hurts me, all that shit. That's basically the whole premise of the story. And like, I was like, damn. I was like, it's a good thing I don't give a fuck now. Cause like, back then when I did, it would have really hit, you know? And I told Fred that. I was like, dude, that shit would have hit. And he was like, damn, bro. He was like, really? I was like, yeah. I was like, it's a good thing that I found someone else that, actually cares about me.
I mean, that's why I'm glad I didn't discover certain songs. And I know it's kind of silly, like, saying, like, Olivia Rodrigo songs. But, like, some of her songs, like, I'm glad that they didn't come out before I knew Josh.
Yeah.
Because if they had come out right in that period between my last breakup and meeting Josh, like, there would have been so much more emotion behind me singing those.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, shit just happens. It hits.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, hell, even some of her songs are like word for word for like shit that I dealt with that.
Yeah,
But now, like, obviously, I don't give a fuck. I'm happy. You're not. You're still obsessed with me, but do I care? No. Like, I'm the reason him and his current current ex-girlfriend, newest ex-girlfriend broke up, actually. It's because he compared her to me. Unintentional reason for a breakup.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's fucking funny. It's funny to hear about for me because I don't give a fuck. I'm happy.
Yeah.
But if I had heard some like certain songs in that period between, it would have hit so different than it does now.
Yeah.
I mean, I've sang some of them fucking in the living room. You've probably heard me doing it, Jason.
Yeah.
I know Caleb has. You probably have too. I'll just sing them. And there's still emotion behind it. Because that shit, I still went through it. There's still going to be emotion behind it. It's just not going to be nearly the same as it would have been if I had heard them back then. It just happens.
It's an interesting discovery. Even though it's something that's already there. But you found it at a time when,
It didn't really matter anymore.
Yeah, it's well, it's kind of like that Somebody Used to Know song. It's like
You
like
can
maybe-
take it.
it's like maybe if you'd heard, maybe not one of those songs, but the same song like 5 years ago, and maybe,
You hear it again
and
later.
it's just different. It's a completely different song.
Yeah, because at one point you hear a song and you just hear words and instrumentals, and you're just like, wow, like I can really vibe with this,
And then another
And
song.
then years later, you finally experience what the song was actually talking about,
Yeah.
and you don't know it, but you start actually listening to the lyrics this time, and you're like, wow, what the fuck, like. You've been with me this whole time.
Yeah,
and I
I
didn't
never
even
fully appreciated you until
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
That's what happened with me in Adele songs, and also Melanie Martinez songs, actually. 'Cause, I mean, I grew up on Adele, never related to it until I got older, and I realized, like, oh shit, I've actually been through this. Obviously, not in the same sense as the songs with Adele, not in
Yeah.
the same way, but because I relate certain Adele songs with my relationship with my dad, and not a relationship with a romantic relationship. But I mean, obviously, I've dealt with that same relationship with my dad for years, but I didn't notice it or the emotion that I felt with those songs till I was older and actually understood the situation and those emotions and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's crazy to think about that we even do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we'll find songs and not understand, like, the emotion,
Yeah, until years later.
literally. Or we just discover it after those emotions have already happened and you just don't care anymore. But the emotions are still, like, there in a sense, just not in the same way.
Yeah, you're not like reliving them. At the
Exactly.
moment.
So it's
Yeah,
just,
you've
like,
already moved past it.
weird to think about, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
if I
How
had
you could be
discovered
at
this at
different
this
stages
time,
in your life.
it would have been so different.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can also say the same for, like, that's basically the foundation for everything in life. Like, if I had met you guys sooner, than before I met Carla, like, you guys probably wouldn't stick around. Because, I mean,
Who knows?
because
If y'all had met me before Josh, you would not have. I was an asshole.
I was different, I was more of a pushover. I didn't, really decide to go out and make these spontaneous jumps and ideas. Like,
Like
you
the
remember
podcast.
that? You remember that one time where you talked about how I have these spontaneous ideas and then I just don't follow through with them
Yeah.
in the end.
Mm-hmm.
And
100%.
yeah, and I agree with you on that. But that's because at that time I made those spontaneous ideas and I didn't follow through with them because I knew that I'm only doing it because I never got to do it before.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I never followed through with it.
Yeah.
But I do want to bring those ideas back and maybe visit them later. Try to experience new things like that. But as of right now, I do need to still make better financial moves in my life so I can get there.
Yeah. We all do.
Yeah, we all do. That's
To be
the whole
honest.
point of life. But
Me trying to move out, having to do that right now.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, but
Gotta make
Having
a lot
a
of
dollar in my
sacrifices.
bank account and having to save my next paycheck for my apartment.
Yeah.
But also having to spend some of that money to pay your brother back
Mm.
for Ubers. And also
Oh,
for
Ubers.
our vet appointment for our little mascot over here who's asleep on Wednesday. She has a vet appointment and I have to pay him back the next
Hopefully
day.
that's not too expensive.
Oh, it'll be probably in the $100
Oh,
area.
boy.
It was 130 something last time, but that was also her. It was a mix of vaccines and a checkup. But she's getting more vaccines, so it will probably be $70, $80, something like that. And I also owe him half the money from each Uber we've taken from work, which I have not added up yet.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Probably
those
gonna
get
have to-
pretty expensive.
Probably gonna have to give him like $200 at least out of that $800 paycheck, which means $600 of it is going straight into saving, other than the 100 something I have to spend on my phone bill. I cut out.
Yeah. I
Other
need to get
than
a new
the-
cord for that. We say that every week.
yeah.
Other than the 130 or not 30, 123 I have to spend on my phone bill.
Yeah.
But I only have to pay that once a month, so
Was it
Yeah.
Miles actually has a vet tomorrow at 10. I think that's why Carla's really trying to push to leave right now also. Because we got to wake up at like 10 in the morning. And
have fun with that.
I
I
think-
will be asleep until 1 in
I
the
think
afternoon.
last time we ended up waking up at like almost 10 exactly. Like it was like 9:30.
Like last week?
No, not last week. It was like
last
2
week.
weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
2 or 3 weeks ago.
Vet appointments are normally a few weeks
Oh
apart.
yeah, that's right. That's right. She didn't
I know
go.
Jinx's is like 4 weeks apart from the first one.
Yeah. Was it? But no, yeah, he has a vet appointment tomorrow. He gets all of his stuff done. Like he gets his shots. He gets his
Sweet boy.
Huh? Yeah.
Sweet boy.
Yeah, sweet boy. But
Jinx could not relate. They're
Yeah.
gonna have to take her in the back and hold her down. Like multiple people have to help.
Huh?
The vet tried to have me help last time, and it did not work. She had
Yeah.
to take her in the back.
Well, I guess we should kind of close it here. I do have to give. If anything, I gotta fucking spray him down with the holes before I let him in tonight. He's got shit all over him.
Oh.
Yeah, he's still
Do
got.
you guys
shit
have
all
skunks in your neighborhood?
No.
No.
Well,
It's good.
they're
Skunks. There's so many
they're
skunks.
near, but they don't ever fuck with the houses.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Hopefully you don't have to deal with that at some point.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Well, this probably somewhat probably about to conclude the
Yeah. Conclude the
spider
episode.
web of ideas and
Yeah.
Yeah.
different things that were said in the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we definitely changed
Yeah.
topics.
Conclude
like
the
nobody's
spider
business.
web and. yeah.
No, spider webs because we just kind of kept branching out to
cobwebs.
different things.
Yeah.
Came from Spider Cat over here, fucking
You
climbing
got
the
anything you want
walls.
to say,
Spider
Darius?
cat. Spider cat.
Yeah.
She's the spider cat.
Fucking
bitches.
swinging from
You got
side
anything
to
you
side.
want to say, Darius?
You want the mic, sir?
Anything you finally want to say? You haven't said anything the whole fucking episode.
I mean, he told me he was going to be mostly quiet tonight. But,
yeah.
You know, if you got
Good
something to
night.
say.
Good night.
All right, guys, you
All
heard it
right,
first.
well.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks for listening.
Yep.
Have a good one.
See you guys later.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.